everything up there for 30 seconds, like, blah.
Hello. Oh, it's been a little bit since I've run a downtime. Um, Welcome back to the IF Club. And tonight's downtime stream. Um, this is sort of a season wrap up party slash, I don't know. We're just gonna hang out, talk about stuff, and whatever else we want to do. Um, Tonight I am joined. I'm Avalon, by the way, and I am joined by Tiff and Min.
Yep.
Both of you say hello. You should
And
have
Vice
sound.
might be joining us in a little bit. Not entirely
Indeed.
sure.
Far as I am aware, unfortunately, Dust is still rather busy.
Almost like
So
he has jobs outside of us, and I don't know if I appreciate that.
I don't either. I feel like he's not very committed to this family. And he's making a very hostile work environment.
Why doesn't he just go AWOL? That's the
He
question,
gets
right?
such special treatment here in this family,
Mm-hmm.
and it's not okay. Um, Tonight we're cosplaying as a toxic work environment. You okay? No drowning. It is verboten, at least on stream.
Not on stream. After stream, that's a whole other
Well,
thing.
yeah,
But on
you
stream,
you will raise the age rating of our stream if you do it on stream. So you gotta consider how this affects the team, Tiff.
I will keep that in mind as we try to maintain that family friendly esque environment, I guess.
Um. All right, so I guess we'll just I don't know, chat. Season wrap up stuff. Questions about the campaigns, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Campaign feels like a grand word for what we do. I don't know the campaign suits, but
Well, I mean, this was our pilot season, and we knew that we were going to be changing things around. We knew that things weren't going to be perfect, which is
this is
fine.
true. We did.
And, even moving forward, we know that things aren't going to be perfect. We're going to have tech issues. We're going to have new people popping in. We're going to have a whole bunch of like different things we have to figure out. But I think we did a fantastic job for like a brand new thing, trying to figure out pacing in this type of bit with not a lot to go by, just kind of
Yeah.
running by the seat of our pants. Like, hey,
I volunteered to be in a very prominent position with very very little actual experience running the game, especially running it for a stream. Um,
I feel like the stream thing was the difficult bit because you're really good at running games.
Thank you.
Um, but having to do the technical things on top of that, you know,
That
our
definitely took a
team
lot.
of our team of you, me, Min, Vice, that's it, basically.
Well, and you and
Um,
I are the only ones that can reasonably
can
run the
actually
game.
stream. So I was like,
So
okay.
yeah, like run the stream. Um, yeah, no, for sure. A large part of it. Oh, hello, face reveal. I
Hello.
don't know that I've seen your face
You've
before.
got a face. That's
I do have a
awesome.
face.
That's cool.
Um, Part of it, and I know I said this to you in private as well, Tiff, but part of it for me was also that I didn't think of it as contained in the season. So there was a lot of like, a whole lot of, I'll figure it out later, going
Well,
on
and
basically every week. Not that I
well,
want this to be the complain hour, but
you
anyway.
can complain a little bit. That's fine. But kind of the purpose behind a lot of that too was that you had originally planned to, you know, make this an overarching campaign, and the overarching campaign would go past the week, past the month, past the season into the next season, and then life happened.
As
And
it
life
oft
happened, and you
does.
were like, actually,
Right,
no.
right.
And that's
Um,
a thing that happens with life. So be it.
I mean, you're not wrong. Um, but yes, enough of that. Um, I'd like to just sort of talk about what we were up to, you and I, and if Min has any questions, you are welcome to ask us
Mm-hmm.
them, ask them of us.
Yep.
Yes, do it.
Grammar's arbitrary.
It's, take care of the sense and the sounds take care of themselves.
This is true. As long as you
Mhm.
receive the message as it's intended, all
That's
the
the
other rules are
important bit.
just Gravy.
Everything there is to kind of help you get to that intended movement
Yep, yep,
of
yep.
your rules. But if you can get there, cool.
And we are not about gatekeeping language on this channel. Not even for a
Absolutely
moment.
not. Can't. Literally can't. All right. So I guess I'll start with the original For Hire arc, which was an Airedale. And those of us, like everybody here, has played in Airedale before. Airedale's our favorite city.
I wrote
Everybody
some of
who-
Airedale.
So
Way
much so
back.
they even created a Shadowfell version of Airedale.
Yes, we love Airedale. Airedale has its own set of problems, and we are happy that they are not our actual problem. Well, I mean,
Yours and my
yeah,
actual
mine.
problems, at least.
Yeah, it's like it's still actual problems that some people have to handle, but I don't personally have to, which I appreciate very
Yes.
much.
And try to be cognizant of.
Very much so. In the first couple, like I did 2 months, right?
Yes, you did.
I can't brain anymore. I can't think anymore. Okay.
You're good. Mine's on cooldown too.
Okay. So, in my time doing Airedale, I got to play with you, with Dust, and with Borealis, which was really cool. I had plans for everybody to kind of wrap things up, but schedules got in the way, so I haven't had the opportunity to do a wrap up bit, which I think is part of what we're doing right now, is kind of like what could have happened type of thing.
Oh yeah, for
Is that
sure.
what we're looking at? Okay, cool.
Scheduling is always the BBEG of every tabletop RPG game.
It's true. You can't get past that. For Tom, well, I guess with Tom and Boreal, like Tom and Ray, Ray.
I've
When
been
I
saying
see
it
some-
Rye, but I don't know
Rye,
that it matters
we'll
too
go
much.
with Rye. It's fine. But with Tom and Rye, it was kind of like a fun little juxtaposition that we tried to do there in regards to we knew that Dust did not have a consistent schedule, and so Rye was there to kind of like help buffer that and provide some player input on days that he was not going to be available. But Rye also has pretty significant social anxiety and couldn't do things necessarily on camera in a way that is typical, so would do a lot of things behind the scenes, and I'd kind of pull that in and push that out and pull that in and push that out, which I'd like to be able to finesse that a bit more because I like that idea. I like that concept.
The idea of multiple players essentially sharing a character is really intriguing. I haven't played it, so this could be off base, but I feel like that's a significant part of the game Kids on Bikes, which is essentially a tabletop RPG version of Stranger Things, of the like classic 80s movie setup.
Yeah, I watched a stream of Kids on Bikes, or did I watch Kids on Brooms? Same basic concept.
Kids on Brooms
though.
is basically the same thing, but magic,
Basically
if I
the same
remember
thing.
right.
Yeah.
As I understand it, the basic concept is you're all kids, and everyone at the table shares the like one powered character, the 11 of the group. I don't know. I haven't played it. This is just sort of like the rumor mill as it spins. Which is a really cool idea and a really great way to sort of conceptualize that, assuming it's correct.
Well, and it's assuming that we could pick it up and play it ourselves at some point if
I
we
would
want
love
to.
to
It's
do
just
that.
like baby steps. We're just not there yet.
Oh,
We're
yeah.
trying to get through training wheels and baby steps before we move on to next steps. Because we got a
I'd like
lot
to
of
explore
next
some like
steps.
card games and board games and stuff. It'd
Well,
be
we've got-
relatively easy to mimic those in Foundry.
Well, we also have we've got Jackbox games that we're going to be playing later. Hopefully,
theoretically,
maybe?
it's going to depend on how we all
Theoretically.
feel about everything.
And I have on my Steam, I've got something that is a tabletop simulator that actually can
Oh, right.
do all sorts of games. So that's not a thing. But you're right, Foundry can kind of pick up a lot of that in the first place. Anyhow, it's pretty cool.
Well, with the custom roll tables, with the custom deck options, with the various map and token options available to us, there's all sorts of ways that we could mimic all sorts of things. I've been really wanting to translate the game uh, Munchkin into Foundry to be able to play it digitally
That would be cute.
because I've had in my mind a rule set for a co-op version of Munchkin for ages. I haven't actually worked it out, but it's in my head. And I'd love to use it for a sort of totally improv roleplay game. So like no prep at all. Everything about your character, about your choices are based on the cards, you know? So like playing through and you get something, the berserker's axe or whatever. Oh, guess you're a berserker. And it's just sort of like rolling with the punches of the cards and just evolving as things go on. But I haven't gotten around to actually codifying those rules or play
I'm
testing them in any
changing some
sense.
stuff about the stream right now because I forgot to do it before we started.
Okay. Also, sorry, on the topic of stream, double check that we don't still have plot armor on the calendar. Because Twitch told me it was
What?
there.
We
Twitch told me
shouldn't?
that there were like plot armor streams scheduled on the calendar somehow, which was like 3 years ago, which is wild. But
I don't know how that's possible, but
I
I will
don't
look
either.
into
But
it.
the Twitch app showed it on like upcoming streams.
Hmm.
Um,
We could
Min.
always do another one, I guess. But hey,
Plot armor was a stream I was initially intending to run a single player D&D stream with Tiff as my one player. Um, I had all sorts of grand, ambitious ideas for that, and they never happened because life got in the way, as it often does. Single player streams are also a heck of a challenge.
that brings me back to trying to wrap up what we were going on with, right?
Yes, I'm sorry,
Okay.
we got distracted.
Yeah,
I distracted us.
that happens. It's a thing. So I really liked the idea of kind of having the dual person playing the one character from different aspects, from like one being the quarry and the other one just being like the physical vessel, which was kind of cool. I'd like to realize that a little bit more at some point. Um, Trying to find him a proper exit. He just kind of got abducted and went away. Like, okay, cool. Um, he didn't want to do anything more just because his schedule didn't allow for it, which I get it. You live in the military, that's what you got.
We kind of knew that was coming too, though.
I expected it to a degree. I was trying to prepare for it as best I could.
Right.
And then there was Daisy. That's right. Um, so with Daisy, my goal, plan, etc., was to have her hit a point where she had to make kind of like a self realization. And
Mhm.
then technical issues got in the way. So I wasn't able to do that.
Yeah,
Um,
that was a
I'm
hectic
gonna
night.
I'm gonna see if I got what I was gonna have planned set up real quick, and I'll put it up if I can. Give me a few minutes, and you guys talk shop.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, so
So
I
yeah,
thought,
sorry, go ahead. We have
no, go
spoken a
ahead.
whole lot. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm not sure what you mean about what you said about Daisy, but that seems pretty cool.
Well, a big part of Daisy's character. So initially, I was gonna have this whole sort of cerebral thing involving masking, and it was gonna be um, all sort of exploratory and stuff like that. But I kind of skimped back on that, partly because of the time restriction of the stream. It's something that needed a lot of attention and needed a long time to really work out authentically, and that just wasn't something that we had available.
Daisy
Uh,
makes a much better campaign character than a one-shot character. And if we
Yeah.
think about like what For Hire really is, with the time restrictions that we have, even with a 2-month arc, it's basically a 1 to 2 shot, and it was
yep.
hard to actually do anything character driven with that.
Yeah, I mean you're
Yeah.
looking at each part of For Hire is roughly 4 hours of content, give or take. Um, that's a one shot, maybe a slightly long one shot, but that's a one shot.
Mhm.
And I don't know how I need to work on conceiving one shot characters. I think because there is still a lot of me that thinks of things in terms of campaigns, but when I scaled back Daisy a bit, I made it so it was more, rather than like masking that she did maybe uh accidentally, as it were, rather than it being something like that, it was more that she oh, whoops. I was hoping I could full screen that somehow, but it doesn't look like I can. In any case, it's rather an affectation of her, or of something she does. It's something she does on purpose. That chaotic, seemingly lackadaisical attitude is something she does on purpose and knowingly. Um, and it's just a way to obfuscate. A backstory bit that we didn't get to explore, partly because I decided it halfway through the stream, was that when she was born with the sorcery powers and some like precognition abilities, and essentially her parents went full pageant mom, sort of parading around their precious little girl that could do this cool new magic stuff. And so the way she acts in Airedale, the way she acts on the stream, is very much this intentional rebellion against that, rather than a mental health thing. Well, it's still a mental health thing, but it's a different mental health thing. Um,
Moving on.
yes, please.
So what I've got, and Min, Ava made this map of Airedale.
Yep, I'm looking at it right now.
It's pretty, right? Like, hey, it's so pretty.
I
It's
love
not
the outer
100%.
ring. The inner rings both need a lot of work, in my opinion.
I love yeah, I kind of agree with at least the middle ring, because the middle ring's supposed to be more steampunk, but you got what you could with what you had.
The
I mean, right there,
assets
they
were
look more
missing
like
for
levels
that.
than rings, but
Yeah, they don't really have like the ring bit.
Well,
fully, but
that was intentional. I wanted them to
Yeah.
look a little more organic than perfect circles. With Airedale being as naturally influenced as it is, I thought it would make more sense if they kind of followed the contours of the land rather than carved extreme arches out of everything. Um, it to me it fit better. It is still rings. It's just a little more abstract than like perfect circles. Um, but yeah, for this map mode, for this like point of view, there just aren't any steampunk assets at all.
which
So
is
I
the
kind of
frustrating
settled.
bit.
It is.
You did what you could, and the cool thing is that like the buildings that you have there would work really well for alabaster.
Yeah.
Um, but you did what you could for Airedale, and we know that that's like it's supposed to have that steampunk feel, but it doesn't quite do that. Like you say, the outer ring, I love it, all floral, all perfect, whatever. Middle ring, we need to find some assets to like update that, but it's great for what that is. And I also just kind of like the fact that it's got this at all.
I mean, steampunk isn't a word I would use to describe Airedale anyway, so.
Specifically
You
the
have not
middle
been
ring.
to the middle ring very often.
The middle ring
So-
is very like mechanized. It's very heavily like gnome tinkering and industry and stuff.
Yeah, I think the only time you went to the middle ring was getting through it to the upper ring.
Yeah.
So.
Tiff and I have talked about Airedale extensively. The bounty board that she uses in all of the things. I actually helped design a lot of the quests for that and helped her write some of that stuff. Zebediah Chicory is mine. Some other like NPCs on the bounty board are mine. That was some of the very first stuff she and I did together. Actually, was writing bounty board stuff for Airedale, way back, like 3 years ago.
So way back in the 3 years ago, Airedale existed before then, but building up the like bounty board
Yes.
bit was a big thing for sure. All right, so I love this map. You did a fantastic job with this map. I wanted to show off this map. The big thing I wanted to show off is a couple things, but there's a couple big things I want to show off. So for some reason, it's not showing the flowers, but maybe I don't have the flowers on this mode. That's okay. I'll shift to one that I think does.
I mean, you can just hit your configuration and
I mean, I could. And then I could basically show Min how to actually like do stuff, which is helpful too. That's
what's
helpful.
that? Surprise tutorial? No.
Surprise tutorial! Downtime. This is how you use Foundry.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We barely know.
We
It's like
know
I'm getting the hang of
just
it as
enough
a
as a
yeah, as
player, right?
as a player, right? But not as a DM.
You'll get the DM things for your game when you're ready to set it up. It's not a problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what you guys can probably notice if you're paying attention is that like DMs get the navigation up here so you can kind
Yep.
of see what's going on with some stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the city gates, and the cool thing is if I move Daisy around, fun Daisy token,
Oh
get
yeah,
that
her art.
ambient sound, lovely art.
I actually don't hear it. Give me a minute.
Oh, you didn't?
I heard like a tiny little thing.
It's
I
supposed to
didn't
like
because I had the stream's volume turned down.
that would make some sense, but you're there, you're listening to the waterfall, super fun. So Daisy was supposed to basically walk away. And as she was walking away, she was supposed to get hit by a vision, which you never got hit by any of the visions because what you ended up doing like every single time was passing the save.
I mean,
Rude.
something that could be done in the future. Ooh, that's snazzy. Um, something that could be done in the future is the vision still happens, but it's less disorienting, or it's more of a
That's
lucid
hard to
dreaming state than
do.
like a dream state.
That's harder to do when I've got the visual stuff that I have there.
I can
Because you
still
were
be
supposed to.
aware.
No, no, nope, 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 nope. So you were supposed to eventually fail something, and I could have just had you roll like 100 of them until you failed or something. I mean, I can figure that out. That is something that I need to do a better job of figuring it out. But and I would have figured it out if we had run this, but technical issues made it so it didn't. But you get to the city gates on your way back. You'd get hit by a vision, and you'd notice that the city fractured. Literally everything around is what you're seeing right now. Everything is just you can see all different types of versions of reality that kind of come to place because we know that Airedale is a place that's kind of like built on magic in the first place. It's got a very fey influence to it in the first place. You get there, you see everything fractured, everything kind of broken there. Reality is literally distorted. And then you'd eventually make your way to the Demitas portal.
Bubbles.
I love the bubbles.
Is that from a module?
It is actually from, I think it might be from a module, but it's actually like a new, like little environmental thing that you might be able to play with now that I've updated your Foundry, which is fun.
Snazzy.
I know. And I have the bubbles kind of like wandering all around Airedale too. And those of you on the server know bubbles are generally symbolic of what?
Memories.
Memories, and specifically what festival are we talking about there?
Faces.
A festival of faces where everybody gets to kind of dress up. They get to talk about like different memories that are going on and get to see like different bubbles and different memories popping up. So in the Demitas, bubbles are kind of like a big prevalent theme. I have them kind of floating around Airedale every so often. I just can't remember where I put them in. That's okay. But Daisy would have found herself kind of in that shattered reality, being pulled to the Demitas, where she got to talk to the Oracle, and the Oracle would chat with her a little bit about like, hey, what's up? What's going on?
I said, hey,
What's
what's
going
going on?
on? And wait to get a reaction from her. Wait to get a response. And as she got that response, as she got that reaction, she would, and I mean, like, I feel bad that I'm not like pulling everything through right now, but just kind of going through the visuals that I'd pulled up, using that response to kind of guide her in regards to the fact that, like, hey, you're not where you need to be. There are other realities out there. Every choice that you make can lead to something better or worse. You are making those choices and you're cutting off so many of those choices, so stop it. Go find who you are supposed to be. Go figure out what you want. Don't ignore things. Decide that you do or don't want them.
Maybe Daisy needs to come to the school.
She probably should, actually. That'd be a fantastic place for her to actually like envelop and build her growth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a perfect place for character growth too. So there we go.
And we know that she can pop in during the Festival of Faces, just boom, easy peasy like that.
Surprise!
Otherwise known as the free lore display thing.
That's
the
actually the
best.
entire purpose of it.
That is the entire
So
purpose of it. It's like my favorite festival because
So
all that it is a big lore dump.
the Festival of Doors, the Festival of Faces, and the Festival of the Moon were all something that I helped sort of design to give benchmarks for time movement on the server.
It's fun.
The Festival of Doors I originally conceived as essentially a New Year celebration. I don't know if it's really carried that way throughout, but the idea was that it was like the unofficial New Year, and it sort of became a way of, yeah. Anyway, the Festival of Faces was 100% just, I want you to expand your character's backstory. Who do they idolize? Who do they adore? That they would cosplay them at a masquerade ball. And that was 100% the whole point, was just we should have something that is just role play, just backstory dumping. Yeah. And it's also a neat way to sort of tie characters together. If they might know the characters that they're cosplaying or whatever, you know? And it can be a way to also do some really tasty world building, where these characters are from, when these characters are from. And I even, in some of the original stuff we were talking about, I even suggested that, like, in-universe fictional characters could be options for people that, you know, the orphan that grew up with no friends. Maybe they don't have an idol. First of all, give your characters idols. Give them people that they look up to in some way, shape, or form. Doesn't have to be a family member. Doesn't have to be someone they even like. But there need to be, like, mentors. There need to be things that they model themselves on to some degree. But that's beside the point. I wanted there to be a way for, like, the loner archetypes to have something to do. So I was like, yeah, it could be a fictional character. I don't care. You can show up to a masquerade ball as Captain America. No one cares.
Heck, I could even show up as a deity. I did that once.
Yeah,
That's a fun thing to do.
absolutely.
Had a character go as the Raven Queen.
Well, I was also intending for people to maybe write some, like, mythical heroes or whatever that their character might be aware of. You know? The real world equivalent might be coming to a costume ball as Hercules or something, you know, where it's like they're not a god necessarily. They're not exactly a fictional character. It's a little fuzzy, but they're nonetheless impactful and potentially worthy of adoration. But yeah, and then Festival of the Moon, I don't remember if there was any real deep meaning behind that. It was just, we got 2 moons. There's a party about it.
Yeah, it's like it was the whole Char versus Saloon. Saloon.
It's Saloon.
Saloon. Okay. It's a whole Char
Probably.
versus Saloon thing. And like my goal behind that, it's like I wanted to keep it simple. And so it's a very mechanical chessboard thing. I feel like people are okay with the chessboard thing. It might not be their favorite thing, but it works.
I like
One
the
time-
concept of it. I think it's just a little bit difficult to pull off just because of the complicated mechanics of that are involved. Yeah.
Well, one of the times it was like it was essentially a sports game of trying to get like a thing in a spot for one team or the
Right.
other.
And that was too much for me, so I just made it more mechanical, a bit easier. It's like it's a chess game now.
Well,
It's
if I
always gonna be a
remember-
chess
Yeah.
game.
If I remember
said,
right, the group was like, we should make it balanced and try to like keep
And
the
they tried
scores
to like,
even.
it's like, well, we can't actually like have a winner if there's no
Yeah.
winner, and
Well,
then
A part of the narrative of that as well was like, in universe, these celebrations are obviously a lot less dangerous, a lot less magically inclined throughout, because not everyone has the resources of the school. And they're, you know, little games and stuff like that are intended as sort of portents for the coming time. Is Char looking down on us, or is Saloon smiling on us?
that's supposed to be something that I have not yet had a chance to fully pull through. but depending on which side wins, you get a boon. And you get a
Mm-hmm.
boon of Shar or a boon of Saloon. And then there's the idea that different places in the world would have different results. And so in like Orion, they probably have a pretty strong Shar following there. So showing up with a boon of Saloon would possibly cause problems. Uh, maybe we'll see. We haven't had a chance to actually like go into that in depth, but that was kind of part of the point. Part of the purpose was to try to get to that point.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me.
Yeah, and I guess
Absolutely.
the other problem with that is it wouldn't affect anybody at the school if that was the case, because that would be a neutral zone.
Not at the school directly, but at the school, anybody who is graduating, and
Mm-hmm.
typically we have like the graduates who participate in the festival and then they graduate, they would have that boon on them wherever they went.
Hmm.
And that boon would follow them until the next festival. And so wherever they went with that boon, they would have either the benefits or the drawbacks of having that boon depending on where they went. But that's a bit deeper than what I can do right now. So that's
We've
a
had two
future
characters
thing.
graduated at a moon festival, so maybe I should think about that. I remember
Yeah.
exactly who they are too, so yeah.
I
Figuring out
never.
which boons they have and then figuring out like as they travel from place to place, um what who won there?
Right.
Yeah,
That's
like
the question.
especially since I especially am thinking of the example of Mina specifically because she graduated at a festival of the moon. She was on Team Shar, but Team Saloon won, and she went to Orion.
So she would have gotten the boon of Saloon. And then when she went to Orion, they probably did not, although until people are there to actually play out things there to confirm it, it's just kind of like a roll of the dice or just kind of like a, hey, it's Orion, they totally go Shar. Um, until people are there to actually like prefer, like actually make that an official thing, that's a thing. That's how it would go, which is part of the reason why it hasn't gone yet because we've only got so many people playing in so many places and so many brain cells that we can devote to so many different things.
I
So
feel that. I Arian is another one of those places that I really wish I could flesh out more, but haven't had the like brain space to do anything with.
yeah.
The underground. So ages and ages ago, before the school server existed, Tiff was running the play-by-post game on a different server. And it was much more of a, at that point, more of a typical campaign. For a time, we had two groups going, a sort of hero group and a villain group, for lack of a better way to put it.
That's a
And
great way to put it, actually. That's basically what it was.
yeah, um, a character that I had in the villain group was from Arian. She was, sort of an orphan in Orion and was raised in the criminal underworld by essentially a fence. Um, I I named the underground of Arian Arian's Belt ages and ages ago. Partly as a pun on Orion's belt, obviously, but
And then you created a character named Orion, and then
well,
you changed Orion. I was like,
well, Orion became Aurora when
yep.
she like transitioned between stuff. Um, but yeah, I sort of played on that, and the idea was that it holds the city up. It's the actual support of the city, because it is, whether the official people of the city want to admit that or not. Um, and a side note, Miranda from Vice's season or part of For Hire this season was from Arian, and I wish I'd had the chance to really explore that, but
It's
perhaps in the
really hard
future.
to do. Yeah, it's like the way that For Hire is set up, just in general. It's basically a connected one shot. And unless you have one shots that move from one shot to one shot to one shot, it's going to be very hard to have much character development there. So it's pretty good to just kind of have a character in there that doesn't have a lot that needs to be explored themselves.
Oh yeah, for sure. I didn't put that there as like a you have to explore this. This needs to be a thing. It was just like here's the thing. Um but Yeah, no, Arian is one of those places I wanted to visit and deal with a bit more.
It's a
Back on
fun
the
place.
old server for a time, I was sort of assistant DMing with Tiff, with mixed results. But eventually that sort of dynamic shifted and things expanded and changed, and now we have that sort of anyone can DM, almost MMO type setup with the school server as it is now. Um,
So part of the reason I'll come clean with all of that right now for all the people who are not watching. Um, I would get a whole bunch of people asking to join, and then I'd have to. I'm not good at saying no,
you're really
and
not.
so I'd let people join, but then I would have to remember who knows what, and I'm not good at remembering who knows what. I'm not good at remembering, oh, you weren't here for that part, so you aren't aware of this. And as Min for sure knows, I like the long game.
Mm-hmm.
I like pulling things back from 2 and 3 years ago. And, oh, this person that we haven't seen in 3 years, what are they doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Which is difficult if you have not, if you weren't there at that time. So part of the impetus in creating the school environment in the first place was like, all right, I personally like running high level games. I personally like running high power games, and having to come back and be like, okay, you're brand new, you don't know how to play, that's totally cool. Here is an environment for you to learn how to play, learn the rules of the game, learn how the server in general works. And then once you hit the high level stuff, I can pull you into more interesting, deadly things because you'll be more prepared for it. We're getting there. More people are kind of still hanging out at the school than in the world, which makes sense because there's just like more people will join in at earlier levels, and it's easier to have 50 level 5s than it is to have 50 level 20s. Just
Mm-hmm.
is. Um, so I get that, but I'm trying to like actively push people like get into the world so that I can do more in the world. And I appreciate everybody who's able to do things in the school so that I don't have to focus as much on the school and can focus on the world
Yeah.
because my ability to multitask is not fantastic either.
Yeah, I appreciate that as well because I'm kind of the opposite of you DM wise because I enjoy running lower level games more so than higher level games. So running stuff at the school is just perfect in that sense.
Fantastic.
I haven't really hit a good stride for what I do or don't like. I've only run low level stuff so far, but it isn't really necessarily for like want of something different in as much as it is we aren't there yet, you know?
Which is
Um
part of where that comes from too. It's like I really like the higher level games. I really like running the higher level stuff. But I also want to make sure that when I get to the higher level, people are prepared for it. I
right.
don't want somebody who doesn't know what's going on to come into a high level game. And, I'm going to be throwing things that might one shot you if you aren't prepared for it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
if
and
you're new
it's
and you don't know, sorry.
right. It's really hard to like hold someone's hand at level 15 as well because you're juggling so many different enemies, you're juggling like environmental stuff, you're juggling
And then
everybody's
everybody,
backstories
that's
and
like everybody has so many different backstories and capabilities and stuff at that point too, where it's kind of like, okay, so I know that you're powerful, or I know that you could be powerful. Are you powerful enough?
right. And there's very much like a uh lost my train of thought too. Oh yeah, like just at earlier levels, it's so much easier to DM. Broadly speaking, it's oh these gnolls have a +5 to hit and they hit once around, boom, or whatever the case may be. I don't have the exact numbers. I don't memorize stat blocks. I am a terrible DM. It's true. Um, but like as things progress, your enemies have spells and weaknesses and immunities, and they have legendary actions and lair actions and all of these other various bells and whistles as you get into the higher level play. it's too many things to keep track of, and it becomes increasingly difficult to devote mechanical attention to the players, and you kind of
Yes
have to
and
trust
no.
them to run their own
Like
stuff, you know.
I mean, the trust is absolutely there. It's like you cannot like what I like about the high level stuff is that I can focus more on story.
Right.
And, Min, what level are you guys now? Like 17?
Yeah, 17,
Oh
18, I
wow.
think.
17, 18. And it's kind of like I'm
Oh
still
yeah, it is
hesitant.
18.
Is it
Yeah.
18? Okay, cool. Because like I'm still hesitant to throw you into the final battle, but I really need to. Hold on. There's a knock at my door. Keep talking. I'll be right back.
I'll talk a little about the Curse of Tirzul then.
Mm-hmm.
So Dragonhead is an area that I've been playing with for quite a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I adopted it back when we tried to do plot armor ages ago, and I've been off and on tinkering with it and building it out. Um, a lot of it was sort of very loosely written for plot armor, but it was very very sparse. It was a few different locations. It was a few like tidbits of lore, like something I is that a dino nugget? Delightful. Um, so something that I haven't explored yet or anything. Dragonhead is primarily two islands that collectively form the Dragonhead ish shape. Hence the namesake. Um, and Dragonhead the island and Dragonhead the city are like one half of that. And then the other half is Dragonstone. And the idea there is again that sort of magic versus industry split, as we often see in fantasy stuff. Dragonhead is very magically steeped. It has a lot of like magical creatures and influence. That was the intent anyway. And then Dragonstone is where like quarries and mines are mostly located. It's where a lot of like industry and mechanized stuff is. I really want to have a rail system in Dragonstone, but I haven't had the time or focus to flesh it out. Um, but Tirzol is was like just a little bitty island um north of Dragonhead, and I hadn't really written anything for it before the stream. Um it was just like a location, and I gave it the name of Tirzol. I want to say the original intent was Tower of the Sun or something like that. And then there's actually a sort of sister tower elsewhere near Dragonhead named Tirok that I think was meant to be like Tower of the Earth or something. Um, I have a few different places where I have those sort of like twin names that don't necessarily mean anything. They're not strictly speaking words, but I had lore reasons for them in my mind. Um, the so the Curse of Tirzol, I wanted to explore sort of a story about like grief and getting absorbed by grief. And again, maybe a bit too high of a concept for a short 3-month game. And maybe my trying to commit to a persistent campaign was foolish. But anyway, the intent was the King of Tirzol, who I never did name, but it's fine. Um, he, like everyone else on the island, was distraught as a plague ripped through their population. Um, a significant, like double digits percentage of people were killed in a very short amount of time. And that included his wife and son, the queen and his prince, his one and only heir. Um, he, the creature that came through, it was meant to be just sort of a little remnant of the Shadowfell type thing, where like it's not like there's a whole Shadowfell portal there that's going to be spitting out undead, but the intent was to use a false Hydra, because the memory stuff and the singing and things like that, I felt like it could make for some really interesting allegory. The slug like creature was meant to be sort of a larval form of a false Hydra. they're not an official creature, so there's no official lore to rely on. They're strictly homebrew, and I was like, well, if it's homebrew, I'm a brew. Um, so I called it a Mementori, sort of a portmanteau of memento mori. Um, and the idea is that it latched onto the king like a parasite. And the only thing this king wanted was his people to never know this pain again. And it's been feeding on the king's grief and keeping him alive magically for 200 years, well past the lifespan of a human person, to feed on his grief and keep him in pain. While at the same time, it is consuming the dead of Tirzul. And because of the nature of the false Hydra, when it consumes someone, all memory of them disappears. People don't remember them anymore. And the idea there was that it eats the things, so the things don't exist anymore, so people aren't sad anymore. Like, that was sort of like the thought process of what's going on sort of under the hood, as it were. And the original idea way back when was to have sort of a slow creeping intrigue and sort of like uncovering the mystery along the way and just like trying to learn about that. Part of it might be that I'm just not as thorough a DM as I need to be for that. It requires a lot of planning, a lot of careful RP that I just am not geared for currently. I took a level
like
10
that
quest
you-
at level 2.
I appreciate that you would put currently there because that's something we can all work on.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So
And I don't want to imply that it's that I'm incapable of doing it. I don't think that I am. I think that it isn't the right time or wasn't the right time. But yeah, that was sort of the idea there. And that's actually one of the reasons why I was like, can you bring a Shadowfell character? Can you do that? Please? Can it be a Raven Queen character? Because I was like, you would have a very special stake in this. And the idea was that the Mementori is consuming their souls, or at least an essence of their souls.
Well, it's a good thing I brought Lishva then.
Yes. That was why I encouraged you to bring Lishva to my game and then use Ravi for
Yeah.
Vice's game.
I mean, I guess Ravi would have been slightly more appropriate because Ravi's actually a cleric and she actually receives a lot more visions. So, but yeah.
Excuse me. I mean, Lishva the Executioner works well for that concept too, I think. He spends a lot of time around death. And again, ideally, there would have been that sort of slow intrigue as he realizes something is dreadfully wrong with the island. And sort of like realizes that death never feels complete here. A lot of people died and it didn't finish. It didn't finish the cycle. But yeah, and I don't remember if I got into this in the stream, but the idea of the Mementori was that in the Shadowfell, in the afterlife, they exist to help souls move on, to sort of absorb the memories of their life so that they can transition to the afterlife with a clean slate. And this one got corrupted and twisted by the material plane and by the king's grief. And that sort of like corrupted it from its original purpose. And the sort of like slug-like form was meant to be sort of a like I said, a larval form, but like to imply its diminutive status in the Shadowfell. It's a bug. It's a pet that has a purpose. And then the visions. The statues that Cricket was dealing with were, I feel like, obviously the 5 stages of grief. I hope it was obvious. I don't know. But
it was pretty obvious.
Okay. And then the woman that was trying to clean them was the queen, or previously the queen. And the intent of her getting like hung up on the first one was the idea that the king cannot move on from denial. She is still holding his attention. She wants to move on. She wants him to move on, but it isn't working. It's stuck. The grief is stuck in place. And that could have been iterated a little better, but again, we live and we learn. And uh,
It's the pilot season. We all had like, and between like the technical things and figuring out pacing in the first place, it was going to take a little bit of time to figure things out. So
yeah. Well, and here's the other thing too. I I feel like with a great many things in life, at least the things that are worth doing, you screw up. And you screw up and you screw up and you screw up until eventually you don't. Or rather, you screw up less often. I don't think there's a such thing as perfection. I really don't. And I think that if there ever comes a time when I don't screw up, it means that I've stagnated and I need to start challenging myself and pushing for other things. But that's a
I
separate
like the
issue.
way, well, but I like the way that you're thinking about that because does perfection exist? At lower levels, maybe. But by the time you're perfecting anything, you need to push yourself because that's obviously not challenging yourself anymore.
Yeah. Um and then Laurel's dream, um again, I feel like it was somewhat obvious, but the shadow of Tears of the castle is preventing the dawn, and it's a whole thing. The monster that ate the sun is the thing that is holding the king's grief and holding him in grief and preventing him from dying so that people can move on. Um and the child was his child. And then Lishva's thing was just like a lore dump essentially
Yeah.
from the Raven Queen. She's just like, yeah, I saw some stuff here. You can have it. And the intent was sort of like a cinematic like montage. And I feel bad because I did kind of like yank away a whole bunch of gameplay there, but it was just
I think it was interesting.
okay. Then I will chalk it up to a win. I feel bad anytime I take away agency of any kind.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know. I have strong feelings about the philosophy of game design and and running games, and I just want to respect that. Um, but yeah, no. So that was sort of the idea was just this like intense, slow lead into a story about grief and moving on from. Um,
And I still think that would be a fantastic thing at some point in the future when you've got the ability to jump in and continue to flesh it out,
I think
to continue
something
doing
that
that.
I think something that might serve better is turning it into a domain of dread, a
That
la
might
Yeah.
work.
Ravenloft.
Yeah.
And sort of leaning into it a bit harder, looking into some more philosophical and psychological concepts, and just sort of like really, really pushing for it. Um, and maybe this is something that I attempt in a couple years or whatever after I've gotten a lot more time under my belt and after I've really sort of found a groove, as it were. But yeah, next season, I don't think I will be reapproaching the Curse of Tearsol just because I kind of already like flubbed that, and I feel like going
No,
back
I don't
there.
think that you flubbed it.
I mean, you
I
ended on a cliffhanger that could
Yeah,
obviously continue into something.
but the fact that you left it on a cliffhanger is a fantastic thing, and I know that you have life things coming up.
Yeah,
And similar to me, it's like I've got a hard time running something at least in September and probably in October. I'll probably be able to pick up a for hire in November, but before then, I can't commit to that because I don't know what everything else is going to require from me. And you're in that same boat where you've got like a lot of life things going on where you can't commit to something without wanting to follow through. And I respect that.
yeah, and I appreciate that for sure. I did have another idea for a higher game, a casino heist set in Alabaster.
Oh, that would be
Huh.
Um,
fun.
I don't. I can't run. I mean, I can, but I shouldn't run like a Fable and a for hire. Um,
Well, you could, but right now you shouldn't. But right now, don't do the Fable right now because I think that's going to be too much for you moving forward. It's like let's look at it again in December. We'll think about whether or not things are looking better for like the January season. We'll go from there. But if you want to pull in a for hire, you can pull in a for hire for depending on what we've got for people running things, doing a November for hire, doing an October for hire, or doing a September one, or again, depending on what people are doing, maybe they are longer stories this time. And like we just do for hires, but we do a for hire for 2 hours instead of one.
It's something we can chat
Yeah.
about
We can
in a
chat
week or
about, we'll
two.
chat about it in the next couple of weeks as we figure out what's going on before September starts.
Yes. That will not be a stream, though. It'll just be us talking on the
It'll be
server.
us talking out loud, but
Um,
yeah.
yeah. So that's sort of
I'm
where my
going
head
to.
was at with stuff and what I was like
Okay.
thinking of.
I have been staring at this Discord download green thing for the last 10 minutes and it's bugging the crap out of me, so I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna hit the button. I'll be right back.
Okay, we'll see you soon.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, it's funny. As you were talking about that and everything, I suddenly got an idea for something to potentially run for a Fable. So
Ooh. Well, there you
we'll
go
see
then.
we'll see if that actually happens.
A note, and I understand if this is not something you can make use of, but Tiff has a whole like database of Patreon purchased maps that you could absolutely use. I don't know what's in them. I haven't looked at them.
There
That's
are
something
so
between
many
you and
of
her.
them. Yeah, there are
But
so many of them that it would be difficult for me to list them all out, but I could definitely post them so that you can go look at them and see what's going on with them. And, I've purchased them, so I have the ability to use them on my streams, so that's good.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of them. And
yeah, I'm also thinking I might make some maps as well, especially if things need to have a specific layout or something.
well,
I've
and
done that
having
before, so
yeah, being able to make your own maps is a good thing. And something I've noticed with just a lot of maps in general, they tend to be really cool maps for very specific purposes.
yeah,
And it's like, wow, this is a really cool thing. How am I going to get my entire party to this point where this map makes sense?
the
Um,
library with the viney tentacles and the portal
right, like
springs
little
to
cool
mind. Like,
things. I'm like,
it's a
hey,
really
that's
cool map.
amazing.
Yeah, it's
But
incredible. But like,
now I have to come up with a story for that.
right, like I
yeah.
have to make a library and a portal and a plant monster. Like, I can, but like,
And I feel like there'd be so much more benefit to having like just simpler maps that could be more easily used in so many other places, but still have that little bit of character to them. So hey,
um, something I can also do. I could. Well, have you ever used Incarnate?
I've used it a long time ago. I think ever since they updated it a while back, I haven't used it since. But I have
I
used it before.
I currently pay for a yearly subscription to the premium, so I have access to all of the assets and stuff like that. Um, I could theoretically toss you my login info if you wanted to make some maps through that, and I'll set you up like a little folder that you can put your own maps in. That way, so you don't have to worry about anything getting lost or anything like that.
And I was going to buy it myself anyway, so.
I mean, there's no reason for all of us to spend money if we don't have
Yeah,
to.
true.
yeah, I mean, yes and no. I mean,
If you want
if
to, I
you
won't say no, but I'm saying the option is there. I am currently paying
Okay.
for it, and I am
and in
willing
that
to share.
and in that similar mindset, I'm a Kickstarter junkie, so I've got like a whole bunch of fun little map making Kickstarter things. I've got like
I
gotta
would
remember
really
what
like
they're
to
all
play with
called.
Dungeon Alchemist.
I've got it, and I've got like all these things that people can play with,
Oh yeah, I might want to
I
take a
know
look
you
at some of
have it,
those
but
as well.
I
and
don't
it's
have
like
Dungeon Alchemist, and
I,
I
I'm
can't
just
play with it.
I am saying lots of things to play with, and there's nothing saying that I'm wanting to. I'm trying to find the right way of phrasing it, and it's hard right now. No problem spending money, but I want to make sure that we are spending money on the things we're using, if that makes sense. And so if we're using Incarnate, great. That's fine. If multiple people are using it, we're actually using it as opposed to just a trial, like, oh, I'm doing a one-off, blah blah blah. That's fine. But if someone is already using it, they're like, oh yeah, I can do that for you, no problem. Then maybe spend your money on some other area that we aren't using yet that we could use more. Does that make sense? Do you see what is that the right point?
You're trying to sort
I
of
think
divide
so.
and conquer.
Kind of a divide and conquer type of thing. I don't want to be pulling money away from artists and developers and stuff that are useful, that we are using, that we are actually like, hey, I'm actually using all of your stuff. But even with my Patreons, I've used 2 maps and I've got a few Patreons going. It's like they're really cool, but I'm not actually using them. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be something useful to look at. I'm trying to think of like running stuff for the next season, and I'm like, okay, I do not have a lot of time to prepare stuff. So it's like I only have a month.
Do you think you're gonna do like the full campaign, or do you think you're gonna
I
do
wish
a
I
for
could,
hire?
but I don't know if I'm going. I wish I could do the full one because I just got an idea for it during this stream. Uh, but
You've got some time to consider it, to plan if you
mhm,
want to. You've got some time to sort of chart out a potential course and figure it out from there. You
yeah.
do not have
Worst
to run a
case,
fable if you want
yeah.
to. I encourage it, but
I mean, worst case, we can run longer for hires, or we can run 2 for hire streams, or we can pull in a module even and do a module and a for hire. It's like there are options available there so that if we aren't ready to go with something fully
Hmm.
customized, we don't have to have it ready yet.
I wouldn't
Yeah,
mind running a
makes
module at some
sense.
point, but I don't want to run a module for the first time on stream. I've never run
Why
a
not?
module. I have broken all of the rules. I've never run a module, and a part of it's that I just don't trust Wizards of the Coast that much. But beyond that,
Rude.
and that's out there on the internet forever.
Yeah,
But
you've said it. Now everyone knows, and now
no,
like any sort of like future merchandising, nope, it's done now. Not with
it's
you.
just that okay. They sponsor all sorts of homebrew stuff. I'm not ruining
But
anything.
not you. Nope, nope, nope.
It is what it is. I shan't lose any sleep over it.
Okay, cool.
I have to live my truth, Tiff. Um, but yeah, no, a large part of it is just my ideas of lore and their ideas of lore are completely different. That's all. But I've always had it in my head, and probably incorrectly, but I've always had it in my head that if I don't know something in a module, I have to stop and look it up. If I don't know something in a homebrew campaign, I can make it up on the spot, and it's canon now. Like, there's no
In
fear of clashing with canon. There's no fear of
Okay,
retconning.
so here's the thing about modules. Um, and a lot of it becomes like it depends. If you want to go strictly by what the module says and strictly ABC, then yeah, you have to follow strictly ABC. But that's not how I run modules in the first place. I run modules as the idea. It gives me some suggestions, it gives me idea. You know, players go off the rails regardless what you do. And so you have
Hmm.
to pull in random stuff anyhow. And if that random stuff does not end up jiving with the next step of the module, then you change that step of the module and you see if you can't get them back on track. But if not, then you just take them off track. Not a big deal. You can still make up anything you want. Is it going to bring you to the same end as the module? No. But every time you play a module, it should be different anyhow.
Fair
So
enough.
taking things off to other places, like, oh, I played Curse of Strahd and I never met Strahd. It's like, well, now next time you play, you'll be able to.
Hmm. Yeah, that could be an idea. Another question I would have if that I know is going to come up depending on whether I run a for hire or a fable. If I end up running the fable, what level would it start at? Does it start at 1 or do they?
Well, Tiff
So,
and I were talking about that yesterday,
yeah, we were
actually.
talking about that yesterday. I
3,
have,
probably.
yes, I have and I'd have to show it to everybody again next week to make sure everybody's cool with it. But part of my purpose on everything is I want to show progression from 1 to 20.
Hmm.
And I want to, like, we've seen level 1, we've seen level 2, we've seen at least parts of level 3. So we would start next season at either level 3 or level 4. Um,
Okay.
and move forward that way. Now, levels 1, 2, and 3 are very fast. And because they're very fast, going through each of those levels in a couple sessions not a problem. Now that we're
Hmm.
getting to level 4, I would expect that level 4 would last about 6 weeks, and then level 5 would last about 6 weeks. And then we'd start the next season at level 6, which again would be about 6 weeks. And then level 7 would be about 6 weeks. And continuing kind of 2 levels per season until we hit 10, in which case, once we hit 10, I think it'll be like the whole arc would be level 10. And then the whole arc at a level 11. I can talk. I can.
See,
But to just kind of see that there's progression going and that there's the ability to level up, people can expect to level up, but also people watching from the beginning can see any level of game.
mm-hmm.
So you'd be starting either just hitting level 4 or finishing up level 3, depending on where you'd want to be with that.
Okay, that's a bit of a higher level than I wanted to start at, but hey, I'll probably make it work.
Well, I also wouldn't say no. If you wanted to start with a level 1 and show a level 1 again, we could do that. We had a pilot season. We've got opportunities to start all over now that we've learned it.
We wouldn't be the first show to retcon after the pilot, believe me.
Yeah. And each of these are also very different in the first place because we haven't had a chance to fully develop our style and develop how we want to do it. We're still actively being constructive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a decision. If we're ever going to do that, that's probably a decision we should make fairly soon, just so we know what to expect for the next season.
I wouldn't mind letting another season. I wouldn't mind letting another season go underway, just to have a little bit of compare and contrast and sort of see if anything settles as we iterate.
I'd kind of agree with that, and then like having the confirmation about how we want to move forward come January in the new year.
Yeah.
So that we have this year to kind of play around with things, see what works, see what doesn't. Don't make anything concrete yet, but in January we're like, all right, we've tried these. This has worked. This has not been as successful. This has been helpful. This has not. We've been able to kind of move forward that way.
You could start at level 2. That's still really early, but it's when some of the cooler things start coming in, like Second Wind and, you know,
level
rogues
1
get their
in general is kind of a throwaway level. It's for brand new people who
it is a bit of a tutorial,
much, and then you can't do anything. And it's like, oh look,
I know when I started when I ran the campaign I started at level 1, but that was mostly because I had mostly new players.
Exactly.
So.
It's like you have a new player. It makes sense to start at level 1, and you know, kind of like on the server, everybody technically starts at level 1, but then they get through the tutorial and they get to actually start at level 3, and then if they get through the basic lore, then they can actually start at level 5. So
yeah.
Quick server question because it's been a hot minute. I vaguely recall something about starting at level 6. Was that after island exploration is done for the first time?
That's actually that's after island exploration, I think, right?
Yes, you can go even higher than that, actually. So once you have one character reach a level at the school, and this is specifically for at the school. Once you have a character reach a level, you can start new characters at the level of your highest character.
Oh, until level 8, though, right?
Until you reach level 8. At level 8, that's your max. That's the max.
Because from 8 to 10, you need to like run games and stuff.
8 to 10, you need to actually make sure that you are playing things. You need to build your character. People need to know who you are before you graduate and move out and do things. So,
right. Yeah. Okay, cool.
So the maximum, like if you have a graduate character, and I think you do.
I never graduated.
No? Well,
the closest I got, Corey made it to level 9 with a golden ticket.
I would say, like, if you want to do it quickly, I would say pop in with Corey briefly just to get her to level 10, and then park her at level 10, and you can pull out somebody else brand new.
I deleted her ages ago.
Well, but that's another thing that you can do is that you can just, if you're playing a character to a point that you don't want to play them anymore, you can park them, and you can start a new character at that level.
Right.
As long as you've parked the old one, but you can't have, like, they're basically taking the place of the character that you've built the QP for. You just have to build them for.
So you could just park Corey.
Yeah, I mean, I might just bring in a new level 8 and call it good. I don't know. I'm torn because I want to play, I do, but it's really hard to devote time to the typing. and typing. My new phone is overzealous and likes to correct things it doesn't need to correct and is just really fussy with words sometimes, and it's really annoying. Um, I don't know. I will see.
Well, I mean, like at a minimum, I like I can I've got the power. I can at least grandfather you in to level 8 because I know you've at least gotten level 8s, etc., etc. So I'm totally fine with you starting at level 8. That's fine. If you wanted to park Corey and just not play them anymore, and you wanted to play somebody else at level 9, we could do that because there's confirmation. There's records that she was at level 9. We can do that.
Wonder if any of my characters are still in there. Oh, Cordelia, I forgot about her.
Yeah, yeah, she's present.
Somewhere.
I don't know what
around-
level she's at, but
6, I'm pretty
available at
sure.
something.
I don't know if she's still in
But,
my D&D
yeah.
Beyond, though, which is its own problem.
That is its own problem. But the other thing is that, um, any character that you have can jump up to 8. So if you don't want to play the 6 to 8, you can jump them up to 8, and that's okay. But you can't jump past 8. You have to park a character or level them at that point.
Right.
in fact, Cordelia has a potential friend now. I put it as Spores Druid not long after you went inactive. So
Oh, fancy. Yeah.
yeah,
I
little
I
mushroom
want to
fairy.
explore her concept in future, but I think she'd be better served with a live campaign. And a more campaign structure. The like drop in, drop out nature of the school makes it a little difficult to get like a rhythm and a momentum going with her. I
Yeah,
don't know. It
can
might just be something I need to like iterate and play a little bit.
Well, I mean, like, the cool thing about the drop in, drop out structure is that, I have a few characters that I haven't touched in months. It's a thing. But I have one that it's been more consistent and kind of like almost a daily update and like a
Margot,
daily
we
play.
hardly ever see
Yeah.
Margot.
Yeah, like Margot exists somewhere, but
Yeah, it's like she
she's
just
been
kind of drops
around.
in from time to time.
Like,
Did
hey, I'm
did
here.
Juniper end up leaving and exploring the wide world?
Yeah, she graduated. She's
Yeah.
out barding it up. It's great.
Is she
But
still
she's
One of
afraid
the
of
kind of
first
getting
class to graduate.
is she still afraid of getting shot in the back by an arrow?
yeah, that's definitely a thing that she keeps an eye on her back for at all times, and keeps looking for that terrible symbol that she figured out it means something. Doesn't know what, but it means something.
I'm so I
You are not sorry.
I am because I
No.
didn't know that it was pointless to do it. If it had even accomplished what I wanted it to accomplish, I would feel a little more like proud of it, sending the
Uh-huh.
message. But
Yeah.
as it is, it feels like I wasted everybody's time. Like
Oh,
Aurora wasted her
whoops.
time, I wasted Juniper's time. It was just a whole thing.
Junie
Um
gets the short end of so many sticks.
eh,
It's just like,
R.I.P.
okay, cool.
Um
It's cool.
No wonder she's fallen.
she fell. I
Yeah.
didn't know she fell. Was she a fallen when I was there
Yeah,
before?
she's been a fallen the whole time.
I didn't know that.
Hmm.
I have only played one ASMR and she was a Scourge ASMR.
I've got one of
Um
those too.
she was originally Protector, of course, but rather than falling, she ended up devoting herself to uh vengeance and like fury rather than getting lost in her despondence. Um
See, my scourge is Ionv, and she's just so focused on beauty that when she scourges and gets all ugly, it gets bad. It gets
Mm-hmm.
bad.
um
Have I ever played a Fallen SMR? I don't think I have. Oh wait, I did like once long ago. An early version of Alistair was a Fallen SMR, but now he's a Scourge. So
I was going to say there is such angst potential. How could you
All the
not?
angst. I've got another fallen Asimar. I'm not gonna like explain who that person is, but anybody who has any idea can probably figure it out.
I've seen so many for characters. I don't remember them all. I'm
I know,
sorry.
right?
Um cool.
Eh,
So
yeah, we all
Angst.
definitely kind of have a favorite.
Do we want to play some games? I was thinking maybe we play some
Yeah.
murder party, some trivia murder party rather.
Let's play some trivia murder party. Play some games.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Let's
Do we
see.
want to do a break or do we just want to go into it? How y'all feeling?
Maybe just
Oh,
like it takes a
I'm-
second to like set up anyhow, so we can just break while we set up. Ice
Okay.
was saying that they might
Um,
pop in the near future, so we'll see if they're able to. I'm gonna go get a drink because
Okay.
I am.
So here's what I will say. We
Mhm.
will break for 10 minutes.
Okay.
We'll be back at 17 after.
All right.
Um,
I guess I
and
should change the thing from just chatting to like actually a game thing then.
when we come back, we will be playing some Jackbox, assuming I can figure out the stream side of that.
Yep.
See you guys soon.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
And we are back. Welcome back, everybody, to Downtime. We are going to play some Murder Trivia Party in a moment.
I see what
Please-
you mean, because it's there you go. Okay.
Yep, it's going to do that again in a moment because I need to shift over to the Jackbox window to mess with things. But give me just a moment. Unless, actually, Tiff, do you have the ability to run Jackbox at the moment?
I mean, I just have to find it. Hold on, let me see if I can find it.
Bear with us for a moment. There is some brief, what is the word? Technical difficulties. Yes, that is the word.
I mean, technical something anyway. I'm not entirely sure what is difficult. It's just my Steam's updating at the moment. It'll be done in a second, probably. Trivia Murder Party 2 is our plan.
Yes.
Okay, I have to figure out which pack that's in.
It's in the starter pack, at least for me. I don't know if it's in a different pack as well, but
It is because I don't have the starter pack.
I'm just exiting out. Let me turn off stop streaming. Please bear with us a moment.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
Let me
It's
look
not-
it up real quick.
No.
Trivia Murder Party 2.
Is it in 6?
Tell me where you are. Yeah, it's in 6.
Cool.
And if we
Very
feel like it
cool.
after that, maybe we could do something else. I don't know. A different. Whoop, that's not what I wanted.
I've
Okay.
got other games too. We don't have to fully do this one, so that's good.
Indeed.
Push the button is basically Among Us. I like quick sort, but I'm weird like that.
Quicksort might be difficult with 3 people.
But Vice might be coming in.
Yeah, but we don't know when they will, if they will.
All right, so Trivia Murder Party.
Yeah, might as well.
We'll start with that at least. See if they are able to get in. Go from
Indeed.
there.
Indeed. Loading.
Now the question is my computer okay to have videos back up, or are we going to kill it all?
I mean, this is
That's
how
the
we've run it
question.
before. We've played it on Discord from your rig.
Yes, but the question is, can we turn on cameras, or is that going to kill things?
We could try it. We
And
can always
see
turn it back off if we want to.
reactions and all that stuff. If it sucks, then
Indeed.
it sucks, and we'll have to figure that out. But all right,
In
we got a room
future-
code.
In future, when I have more of a chance to set it up, capturing the window directly for OBS might be better rather than trying to capture the Discord. But it's a future problem.
Problem for future me. All right. So WWME. Everybody's here unless there's somebody watching who's going to like sneak into us. So we're going to go with everybody's in. The big thing to be aware of is that we should probably like do that before we post that all live, but next time.
I mean, I don't know if I care that much about someone else joining the game illicitly.
I think it depends on what game and like what sort of
Yeah.
I don't know power they'd have in that game. I guess I don't know.
Some of the games would definitely be potentially more troublesome than others.
Yeah. What's going on with your okay. All right.
This is your wake-up call. Prepare to die. Welcome to Trivia Murder Party. Sorry, we're out of rooms, but we have plenty of deadly trivia. Only one of you will survive. But hey, it's still better than just sitting in your hotel room and watching cable news.
This is
Yeah,
true.
I went
It is
there.
pretty bad.
Okay, first question. What giant thing sits in the main courtyard of the Louvre?
If I went to the Louvre, I'd know.
Use your device to answer the question.
I think
Oh.
Glass Pyramid.
Yeah.
And the
Wait, we're
correct
playing
answer
against each
is-
other. I shouldn't help
Yep,
you.
we're playing against
Who
each
got the
other.
question right?
I did not get that right. My mom decided to go to the Louvre while my
Which
sister and I
means
went to
only you.
Disneyland.
Follow me.
I think I've seen it a couple of times in movies, and it's a big pyramid. I think it's the only reason I remember it.
We're at room 105.
I'm gonna die. It'll be fine.
I'm going to give you a chance to password protect your life.
Nope, gonna die.
Enter a real 4-letter word with your device. Don't make it easy. If someone cracks your password, you die. Now everyone else will try to crack the password.
I'm gonna die so
As
fast.
a team, guess the password on your device. You get a clue if your guess has a letter in the right spot.
It's Wordle. We're playing Wordle for your
We're
life.
playing
If
Wordle
anyone
for my
figures out
life,
the
and I'm gonna
password
die
before
so
time runs
fast.
out, I will reward you all. This is a team effort, so share clues out loud with each other.
There's a T in the last spot.
Oh.
Am I gonna live?
Time's almost
There's a B
up.
in the first spot. Was it
I
best?
thought everyone was good at hacking passwords
I
these days, but
lived!
I guess I was wrong.
What
oh
was
my
it?
gosh, I'm so happy. You'll find out.
Okay.
What do you mean you'll find out? It's
Here's
not
where
gonna
I keep
matter.
everybody's scores. I
What
hope
was
you
it?
Like it.
Well, I thought you were gonna say butt, and it was bunt, so hey.
Bunt is 5 letters. B-U-N-D-T.
B-U-N-T?
B-U-N-D-T.
Who wrote
B-U-N-T.
the music to
There's
King
no
Yeah.
D in
Boots?
there. It was fine.
Yeah,
I'm
there is,
happy.
like bunt cake. B-U-N-D-T.
It did not take the D. It was fine.
You
Okay.
didn't use a real word. You
It worked.
cheated.
I have no idea.
I should know this.
I'm
I
gonna-
don't.
I'm-
I'm terrible.
I'm guessing.
This.
Maybe? I
Oh, I
did
did
it! Oh, I am
Which
so
I
means
guess
okay.
that was a total guess.
Come with me.
I made it work. I made it work.
Welcome to room 237. It's my old favorite, chalices. I've given each safe player a poison pellet.
We get to poison you.
Pick a chalice to drop your
Please.
poison in.
I encourage you.
Watchmen and I picked the same one.
Now it's your turn.
That'd be
to
pretty funny.
play. Pick a chalice to drink from. If you slurp, slurp. Now
Slurpity
let's
slurp.
see what you
What
drink.
did you drink?
No poisoning?
Rude.
Rude.
Which one did you pick?
The grimy looking one because I've
Yeah.
seen Indiana Jones movies.
Okay.
Let's try another one.
It worked, so hey.
It
What
worked.
castle is the Disney logo based on?
Oh, I have no earthly clue.
I know what that is, I think.
What?
Total guess.
This.
Hey!
Not me.
Yep. I've been there.
I'm gonna
High
die
fives,
again.
Min.
I
High
wanna show you
fives.
something.
Yep.
I hope you're good with instructions. Follow as many rules as you can before time runs out.
Nope, don't
Everyone
die.
else is playing too.
Okay.
If any of them correctly follow more rules than you, I will kill you.
Cool. It's fine.
The rules are already on your device. Go, go!
Oops.
This game is really good for your cognitive skills. You know, if you survive. Almost out of rules time.
Okay.
There's
I
always someone out
totally
there
hit a
better
couple of
following
them.
Rules.
I totally hit a couple of them that they froze me even though they were right. I'm like,
Did you confuse the ones that said don't do blah blah blah?
maybe, but I don't think so.
That was what happened to me. I got frozen once because of
We're
that.
not done
I
with you
didn't
I got
read it
frozen
correctly.
like 3
Ghost
times. I was
now.
like, that doesn't
Keep
make
playing,
sense.
and you just might steal someone else's life force and win the game.
I believe in you, Tiff.
Yeah, you're probably gonna steal mine.
Probably, I'm good at that.
We're here. When one player is left alive, we'll go to the final round. Next question. Who has been on the cover of Vogue the most times?
Oh, great.
Yes, that's something I'm fully aware
I know,
of.
right? No idea.
Who
Total
picked
guess.
Total guess.
This.
Nope,
Hey!
not me. Good guess, not mine.
One of you is still alive. Time for consequences.
I believe in
It's
you,
the
man.
mind meld. Type in an
All right.
answer that fits this category.
All right,
Everyone else will answer too. And if anyone matches you, you die.
fantastic.
Write your answers now.
Question is, can you write random gibberish and have it count as a country?
That's a
Or
good
does it let
question.
you
I
know?
don't know how sophisticated
Now,
it is.
let's see if there are any matches. If you get your mind
Aha.
red, you get your mind dead.
Sorry, Min.
Yeah.
I mean, sort of.
Not yet.
That's why I said
You're
sort
just
of.
alive for now, but it's gonna
Only one of you
change.
is still
I was
alive.
always just alive for now.
You know what
That's
that
how
means.
life works.
We're all just alive for now, honestly. It's one of those things that, it'll eventually change.
Welcome back to the
Gladys, you're
Philosophy
the one
Hour.
to make it here alive, but will you be the one to escape?
No.
I'm going to give you a category. People alive during the year 1900.
Were you
Tap
alive
each
there?
answer that fits the category and then press submit. Let's see the right answers.
What if you were alive there, though?
You move forward one space
Right,
for
like, how
each
is that?
correct answer.
I think this one's just illustrative. And it is
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
unlikely that I'm
You're a little
123
bit
years
closer
old.
to escaping.
Very unlikely,
Oh,
but
wait,
still.
did you think it was going to be just you? Aw, that's cute. If a ghost catches you, they'll steal your life force. Then they can try to escape and win the game. Here's everyone's next question. And ghosts get a third choice to help them catch up to you.
I don't know Fortnite.
I don't know either. I'm assuming.
I have no idea.
And I don't know.
Were they both right? Wild.
Here
There
comes
you
the
go.
next question. The Greek Muses.
Oh,
Oh, I was all wrong on that.
I was all wrong on that, too.
Yeah.
Wait.
Stories and the Canterbury Tales.
It's like I have to,
No idea.
yeah, it's like, I don't know the Canterbury Tales. I'm like, oh. I'm gonna die.
Don't look behind you.
The darkness is coming!
It's only darkness. Contains peanuts.
Does it have,
Any of them do. Oh,
I was about to
Nestle
say, like,
Chunky
it
does
has
apparently.
almonds, I guess, and not peanuts?
I don't know if you can outrun those ghosts.
Nope, I'm gonna die. There I go.
You are but shadows now.
I trusted you. I believed in you.
Squash.
There you go. That was your mistake.
Evidently.
That one was too easy.
Can you beat me, Min?
Stage names.
I doubt it.
Do you know which ones are stage names? Question.
I don't think so. I do, apparently. Haha!
But so does
Don't look
Min.
back because there's a ghost right there.
She's gonna get ya.
Lyrics in Billy Joel's We Didn't Start the Fire.
Mr.
Oh, I actually do
Archie's
know this one.
Cardigan. I like that.
No idea.
A lot
I've
of
listened to
lucky
it recently.
guesses. Not so fast. You need a perfect answer for your final escape.
Can you do it?
Probably not.
And that includes the third answer choice now, too.
I don't know how Hamlet died.
Not
I'm
I
by
don't know
beheading.
either.
assuming.
I'm just gonna.
It's not by beheading.
Whoop! None of them, evidently.
I just love all this drama. Shakespeare quotes.
Oh, come on. That one's just rude. Good job, Ava.
I feel like you also got them all right and should have also gotten out. Even though
Yeah,
you
I
didn't
know,
get my
right?
She
life
was behind
force.
you was the problem. It's like she wasn't alive to get out.
I know. But I
So,
do have to say that the like golden glow coming up your front is fantastic right now. You look literally radiant. It's remarkable. All right, so do we want to
that
play a different
again.
game?
Different game. We can do that again.
Yeah, we could do that.
Do it again or play a different game?
Different game.
Just pick one. Whatever you think would work for the 3 players.
I got so many options. Gotta wait until I get back to things. Yes. Do we want to stay in this? Why am I still here? Go away. Back. Oh, that's why. Alright, so there's
Dictionarium is making up words, right?
Joke Boat is
Yeah.
like not very funny, but it might be funnier with more people. Push the button, that's basically Among Us.
Which also would prefer more people, I think.
Yeah. Dictionary.
Role models. I'm trying to remember what role models is.
I feel like that's one that you want to be in person for. I don't remember.
I don't think we played that one.
I feel like we played it, but it didn't work for whatever reasons, so we didn't do it. But we can try it again.
Nah, I'm
Yeah.
good. Oh,
Nope, I've already clicked it. We're trying it.
evidently. We'll do it live.
We're figuring out what it is.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Welcome to Role Models. Random people who are watching us. See if you can
Hello
sneak
there,
in.
test subjects. Sign in with the room code, then take a picture or draw yourself for our records.
Take a picture?
Pass on
The
that.
heck is that? Yeah, it's not giving me the choice. All right.
I will be right back and grab something for the picture.
You're actually taking a picture? I just
Yes, but
drew
give me a
myself.
moment.
I just drew myself, but I look fantastic. Ava is so vain.
I just drew a bird.
Love it. We have somebody randomly getting in. That's cool. Hello, random person who got in. Cool to see you. You took so long that random person got in, Ava. You're welcome. Have fun.
I have a custom plushie for one of my D&D characters, and
There you go.
Why is it still on the picture screen, though? Is it just
I don't
because we
know.
haven't started the game yet?
Probably Min has to join it or start it.
Oh.
The first person to join has to be the one
Yeah.
to start the games.
Well, I pressed everybody's in, but
Yep,
that's...
we're all in. We're going.
Welcome to Role Models, the game that provides the scientific facts you need to insult your friends.
Oh,
Here
insulting.
at the lab,
Cool.
we've spent years searching for the genetic magic that makes each and every human a truly unique individual. But that was hard, so we found a shortcut. We theorize every friend group has some version of the smart one, the popular one, the troubled loner who I can change. You get the idea. And these roles make it a lot easier to figure people out.
I'm remembering why we didn't play this
You
one.
guys
It seemed like
are
it would
going
be
to match
too
your fellow
easy
test
for
subjects to the
14-year-olds
roles
to
that
be
fit
mean
them
to each
best.
other.
My
Is that
lovely
what it
assistant
was?
will put all the data
I
into
think
the
so.
chips, and at the end, we'll crunch the numbers and
We
tell
can be
each
mean
of
to
you
each
who
other,
you
though.
really
That's
are.
fine. We're not 14.
Noted.
I like how the sun on Min's face now kind of looks like a mask.
Yeah.
As we wait for
Now
everything
you've
to
all
load.
been
Okay, there we
deloused,
go.
right?
No.
Oh well, let's do this.
Okay.
Give me a category to start us off. Ideally something everybody knows a little bit about.
Greek mythology?
Sesame Street.
Oh,
Yeah, I
already
could do
clicked.
that.
All right, sure. Sesame Street.
Everybody knows Sesame Street.
Sure.
I don't, actually.
Oh. Okay, everybody but Ava knows Sesame Street.
I didn't get a lot of control over what I watched as a kid, so I didn't get to watch any of the, like, kid things I might have wanted
Yeah.
to.
Fair.
Which Sesame Street character fits each of you best?
You have to decide who is what.
So,
Okay.
on your device,
Oh.
you've got the names of your fellow lab rats.
DJ
Tag
Addy, I'm
each one to
assuming,
the
is
role you
a
think
computer.
fits them best. That includes
Nope, it is a
yourself.
random player
and
who is
you'll
watching
see a
us
little
from the stream.
99% sign next to each
Oh,
role.
cool.
Tap that to lock in the answer you're 99% certain will match what everyone else picks. I'll make it worth your while if you're right, so make sure to pick someone.
I don't know how strongly I feel about these.
I don't
When
feel very
everyone's given out
strongly at
their
all.
roles,
But
we'll check
except
out
for
the
Ava. I
results.
feel pretty
I
strongly
feel
about
pretty strongly either. but...
Min. The Min's the one who I feel pretty strongly about,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah. I'm pretty easy to guess.
Yeah, you're the easy one.
Now the sun is very
45
artful face
seconds.
paint. It's very, very good war paint. I love it.
Let's see who's who. Let's see the votes. Get rid of the outliers. That's our winner.
I figured as
my
much.
lab rats for positive behavior. So I'll give you guys these nutritious science pellets. Whenever your answers match the group.
I wonder what'll happen when we vote for the random person. That'll be the fun one.
That's gonna be the
Whoever has
fun one, because,
most
like,
at the end is
person
my
we don't
lab
know,
rat of the month.
guess who
Plus,
you
they're
get
a
to
healthy
be. We'll
snack.
find out. Hey, Min and
I
I
love
are
you,
on the
Big
same
Bird.
page.
Featured Big Bird.
Oh, I think I called them Oscar the Grouch.
Oh, who could this be?
Yeah, I know, right?
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you just say it because she's goth?
I
And your
mean,
99%
she's
guess
not
was
just goth, but she's,
100%
like,
right.
always goth. So, yeah.
One right guess. Two
Oh.
right guess. Three right guess.
Subjects who already have a role don't need another one. So let's lose these votes.
Well, again, we're on the same page.
There you go, Ava.
I don't know what I've done to make you think I'm grouchy, but I'm sorry.
He's the realist of the group. That's the whole thing, Ava. He's
Exactly.
the realist.
I'm the realist?
Here's
Nobody
how
has
Shame,
ever
but
accused
yeah,
me
right?
of that
Take the
before.
science pellets.
I'm offended. I work very hard on my optimism, thank you very much.
But not
Don't
Elmo
forget,
hard.
You get those tasty pellets when your
Evidently.
answers match the group, or you earn a role in a tiebreaker experiment. Keep that in mind if you want to beat your fellow guinea pigs. Select the next category.
All right, what should we do next?
Ice cream flavors.
Ice cream
Okay.
flavors, yeah.
Ice cream.
Actually, very specific lifestyle choices is my suggestion, just because I like very specific.
Okay, very
Okay.
specific lifestyle choices, then.
Well-
Why not? See what happens.
Which very specific lifestyle choice are you?
Oh, goodness.
Oh.
Okay, make those matches.
I have no idea what that one is, so.
I
And
don't,
make
yeah,
sure to
I don't know
tap
what a
that
freegan
99%
is.
next to the role you're sure you're right about.
I'm led to understand that freegan is damn it. Oh well. Vegan, but you'll eat free food. If it's not, even if it's not vegan.
Oh, okay. I'm no idea.
Let's see where we landed.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
I guess I'm the freegan. Cool. Good to know.
I just know that you do actually have some like dietary
I
restrictions.
mean, I've got dietary crap for sure.
That was
but-
100% the only reason I said that.
I hope you're into vaping, Min. I hope so.
You've
I
been
have done it
assigned
before.
that,
That's the only
so
reason why that's the only reason why I chose it.
Ava is big on bacon, apparently.
so saith the group.
Slow internet is slow. More data needed.
Looks like your peers weren't feeling any of these roles for you.
It's almost like we
Got a
don't know who this
Plan B
person
role
is.
that might speak to you.
I said they were way into vaping.
I thought they
Everyone
were a
will know which
bacon
role
person,
fits our
so.
neglected subject the best.
But now I think that they bedazzle everything.
I do too.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You'll have to tell us in the Twitch chat if that's true. I'm
Yeah, we gotta
assuming you're
know.
watching
Some
us.
you lose some, and I'll reward your behavior with some science pellets.
Are we positive the game didn't just fill out the line? Because it does that.
Well, when I talked to
Here's
this
where we
person,
landed.
they responded back by changing their nickname.
And real
so,
quick,
yeah, pretty
you
sure.
are nailing this. You know more about your friends than you probably should.
Yeah, what's up with that, man? What are you doing?
Okay, you've each got some roles under your belt. Let's see what the
Do
data
I,
tells
though?
us. You two. Your roles tell me you share a common personality trait. Which is cute and all, but there can be only
yeah.
one.
I could see that.
Before entering a dinner party, you discover you are totally underdressed. What do? Answer the prompt on your devices, and we'll settle this once and for all.
Do it.
Let's see.
Don't tell us out loud. We gotta probably have to guess after this. So.
That's the raw data. Vote on your devices now. All tied up. Our extensive background research says the real winner is you.
Extensive
Congratulations on
background
your
search.
acquisition of
This
colorful
will be our
nutrition
last category,
pellets.
so choose
Yes.
wisely.
Hi, Straubs.
Alice!
Okay.
Alice! Alice!
I don't know Alice in Wonderland that well.
I love Alice.
I'm saying hi, Straubs.
You can keep saying hi, Jobs. Alice.
DJ Addy sided with you, aren't you fortunate? Tiff just has a second phone there.
Shh.
Which Alice in Wonderland character are you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh
Easy.
boy.
Don't overthink this.
Oh boy. Well then.
I know who I
Let's
am,
see that
100%.
data.
Hey!
No!
I'll take it.
You
Smile off
stole
your
my
face.
role. Thief.
You know what I called you then, right?
I mean,
Don't make this one mad.
Off with your head.
I mean, that's
Leave.
pretty obvious for you, actually.
That 99% guess paid off.
Extra pellet. More pellets, please.
With the overwhelming amount of no information, I made my guess on this one.
So did I. Oh, 50-50.
I've got just the thing to break this tie.
Don't look at me. I called you the Hatter.
I figured that you probably did.
Type an answer on your device. Your fellow lab rats will decide whether you get the role. Even if you're not sure you want the role, I'm handing out science pellets to the winner, so do your best. It's an experiment, man. You think Schrodinger's cat always wants to get in the box? All right, this is what we got. Vote on your devices now.
Vice!
Yes, hello. How is
Hey.
everybody doing?
Hello, Vice.
We're doing
Wow,
good.
this
We're
was the
playing
role you were
Jackbox
made
with a
for.
random person. It's cool.
After this,
Ooh.
after this
Well,
game is
and
over,
some
we'll
science
pull you
pellets.
into one.
Yes, please.
You know, with the fourth person, we actually have enough for a quick sort if you wanted.
Ooh, I do love
You
quick
got
sort.
one vote from yourself. You know what?
Yeah, it's almost like we don't know this person, so we can't really judge them, which is it's good. It's good. It works.
There's our lineup.
I still stand by that
used to
you're
do that
Mad
all the
Hatter.
time.
I'm the Cheshire Cat. I don't know
One
what you're
last thing
talking
before
about.
The experiment ends.
All
Let's see if there are any more interesting patterns in those roles. You, judging by your roles, you're this, and you're also this. That
Also,
makes
Tiff,
no
your
sense
hair
to our
looks very
algorithm.
pretty today.
We're going
Funny
to find out
and
which
serious?
quality
Which
fits
one?
you better. You're at a trade convention and can write anything you want on your name tag. What do you write?
I feel like this has happened for you.
Yeah, a
Answer this
few
prompt
times.
on your device. Then the other subjects will vote on your response. There you go. Vote on your devices now.
I feel like you've actually answered that before. I just know that she has a professional interest in trade shows.
I mean, I am a part of a PAX panel coming up next month, so there is a thing.
I wish I had the ability to go to PAX just so I could be there. Just for support.
Just so you could like stare at me and be like, ha ha ha. It is going to be streamed, so when I get the link, I'll send it to you.
And just point at you and screech like the guy at the end of Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
I could see that happening.
Vice, you're not secretly
In
DJ
science, we
Addy in
call
this,
that
are
a
you?
shutout.
Totally is.
Unfortunately, I am not.
I like that better.
But you wouldn't tell us if you were,
Based
so.
on your roles,
You are correct.
You're this.
I am all
and you're
about the
also
chaos.
this. You can't be both.
The dependable
We're going to
wild
find
card.
out
Yeah, you
I like
which
can.
that.
quality fits you
You
better.
can dependably be the wild card.
You can
Absolutely.
be the dependable
You have
wild
an extra
card, yeah.
hour in the morning before work. How do you use it? Answer this prompt on your
Poorly.
device. Then the other subjects will vote on your response.
Sleeping.
You know, I wake up like 5 minutes before I'm supposed to be at work.
Luckily, you
And I
only have
just-
to walk to
Here
your
it is.
computer, so that helps.
Vote on your device.
I wake up an hour before I'm supposed to leave so that I can waste an hour and 10 minutes in bed.
Sounds about right.
Work smarter, not harder. DJ Addy is not me, I swear.
Are you sure that you're
Yeah,
not the
I
one who
call
has the
that
extra
pretty
phone there?
conclusive. That's it. The experiment.
No, tell me my traits.
Get ready for your final.
Nope, you don't
roles
get
as
traits.
Boo!
by everything your fellow subjects said about you.
Read me, Jackbox.
Tell us what's going on, Jackbox. We need to know. You're a moody,
Moody,
cantankerous
cantankerous
animal.
Okay.
This is because y'all called me
okay.
Grouch. This is y'all because you called me Oscar the Grouch.
I like
And
this.
our lab rat of the month.
Lab
with the
rat of the
most
month.
total
Oh,
science
oh,
pellets
oh! Here we
is-
go.
Not me.
Barely,
Barely
stylish.
stylish?
Analytical.
Analytical?
Vampire. Yes.
What? Okay.
It fits. I think it
I'm
fits
so
fine.
annoyed.
Okay.
I
I'm
like
not a
that.
cantankerous
Barely
animal.
stylish.
You
So
are
mad at
totally
all of you.
cantankerous animal. I don't know what you're talking about.
So mad at all of you.
In
Even
the words
Vice
of Percival
somehow.
Gainsley, I'd say that's preposterous.
Indeed. Fantastic. What do we want to play next?
I am open for anything. I'm
Like
just
I said, we do
glad to
have
be
the
involved.
we do have the people for quicksort.
We have the people for quicksort. We might have an additional person who pops in too, so that could be fun always. I always like having random people just like, hey, what's going on? I have to shift if we're going to quicksort though, so let me do that.
I used to join random like Kahoot games.
Yes!
there are a few different options to play Cards Against Humanity online. I wouldn't mind doing that for like an adult downtime stream.
Oh, that would be nice.
Like we have to set up the adult downtime bit going on, but yeah, that'd be cool.
We do like a downtime after dark or a daddy stream.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Downtime
Ooh.
after dark, DAD.
Ooh. Ooh. All right. So I've got my stream up and going. We're doing quicksort.
Fibbage could be fun
It
Ooh.
could.
with 4 of
Ooh.
us.
Do we want to start with Fibbage or do we want to start with quicksort? I haven't played non-sensory. I don't know what that is, but it's drawing,
Oh.
so I'm like, eh.
Yeah, non-sensory is really interesting.
I haven't played Roomerang yet. I played Junktopia. It was okay. It was just weird.
I say
Roomerang is
Fibbage.
kind of like a reality show.
Okay.
So you're kind of like you're voting on who you don't want in the house anymore, and you're like
Oh, it's like a big
spilling
brother.
tea. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
I
Well, what
say
do we want to start with?
Fibbage.
We'll start with Fibbage?
Yeah, let's focus.
yeah. Let's start with
Okay.
Fibbage.
Let's get to know each other a little bit more.
All right. Fibbage.
Also,
here we go.
Fibbage.
So like
Oh my gosh. This is
the
game I
bald
prefer.
man who is like the half face of Jackbox always gives me the most insane uncanny valley.
That's fair. That's reasonable.
Don't blame you, actually. I don't know what's going on with the internet, though.
I don't remember what the difference is
I
between Fibbage
Fibbage
and Fibbage Enough About
You.
You.
The heck? What's the difference?
Enough About You is more personalized question, if I remember correctly.
How would they have personalized questions? They don't know.
No,
You fill
it-
in. They would
Oh,
give you a
I-
prompt and like, yeah.
Oh. Well, what do we want to do?
Dealer's choice.
Don't do that to me. That's mean.
Let's get to know each other a little
Yeah,
better.
Enough about you. Enough about you it is.
Enough about you, then.
Yeah, and I mean, if one of us rage quits the server, then that was just the hazard of working together.
I know, right?
Call it professional discourtesy.
Ow! Hey, that is my leg. My children are being antsy. Excuse me, Belle.
Are these actual children or are these furry children?
Fur
Furry
babies.
children.
Ouch! 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 Release
I
your
figured,
claws.
but I was curious.
Release your
All
claws.
right. So we've got ODKS. Join in. If random people want to play, please feel free to join us. It's cool. We got space.
Indeed. Do we want to give it like a minute or so?
I'll give it like 20 seconds. Yeah, we got our DJ back. Fantastic. We get to learn more about DJ. That'll be
Ooh.
cool.
Lovely to have you. Do we know you?
Real name? Come on. I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna use Minerva.
I never knew. I never knew Minerva wasn't your real name. So,
It's not.
all right.
Well, it definitely
Okay,
fits your vibe very well.
Oh, I see. Yeah, it does.
All right. I have got. We're starting.
Not Tiff.
Not. I don't know. It's not my name. I know Minerva's real name.
Yeah.
Hi, Cookie. Not a simulation. Okay, good to know.
Okay, but like we know a cookie. Is it Cookie or not?
So
We
well
have a
prepared.
check.
Stuck on the sidelines. Why not join the audience? They can earn points. Ooh, the audience can earn points. That's cool. All right, here we go.
Sure, that's how birds work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it says. That's how it works. You're about to see a question on your device. Answer the truth. Then you'll get a chance to make up lies about the other players. You can
Oh, I
answer
love this
your
game. I've played
questions
this
truthfully.
before.
Okay, and then lie about other players.
I just know that I've
Okay.
seen some of these games with like Drawfee and stuff.
Oh, I
Uh-huh.
love Drawfee.
Tiff and I went through a bunch of Jackbox games a while back just to like vet them for the clinic. But obviously some of these are a lot harder to really play with only 2 people.
Okay, so answer truthfully, the one that's on your prompt right now.
I don't know if I was supposed to answer truthfully or not. I wasn't
You were
paying
supposed
attention.
to answer truthfully, yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
I might have. You don't know.
Uh-huh. Something fun that Czech did last weekend was now we put in a lie to try to fool opponents. I think Czech is our DJ friend.
Who may or may not be an actual DJ.
Maybe.
Mhm.
I submitted one.
I submitted
just-
one too.
I feel like it's like slow server today, which that's fine. It's just something to be aware of.
I have submitted.
Submitted a lie.
I don't know this person at all. So
Yeah, none of us do. That's what makes it fun.
you must tell us who you are.
The mystery person.
No.
In the Twitch chat, you must reveal your secrets.
Like, tell us, put your name, put some information in the chat so we know, so we can work with it. Otherwise, we just keep making it up. Who's still entering? Okay, everybody's good. All right. Something fun. I like how we got a couple DJ out of club. Ah. I played Pokemon cards. I like supported local libraries. That's fun.
I like the aggressiveness of nothing with an exclamation point.
Nothing!
Or like it's like super happy, like nothing.
Nothing. I did
You
nothing,
know what
and it was fantastic.
You know what I did this weekend? I played Baldur's Gate.
I want to. I can't.
I did it
I don't have
all
PS5.
day.
Nice.
I pulled 2 all-nighters since it came out.
Pain. I want to play it so bad.
It
Played
is so
Pokemon
good.
cards. That was the truth.
Good job.
That was fun.
I only chose that one because I myself am a Pokemon fan.
It's a good one.
It just seemed the most likely. I figured DJing was 100% wrong because there were 2 different
Oh, yeah.
answers that said it.
Oh yeah, it was 100% wrong.
And like, I mean, I obviously knew I knew my lie.
Right.
It's just sort of process by elimination and assumptions.
Yeah. That's a thing.
It's not Tiff. I don't remember.
It's not Tiff.
Is it though?
It's everybody else, not Tiff.
Hmm.
Oh, hey. They popped in the Discord. Super cool.
They did what now?
Oh my
DJs
gosh.
they're in the Discord. What's up?
Okay.
I don't know why, but the arms of equal length is very specific. And I feel like that might be it.
Hello, DJ Atticus.
Hang it out in the welcome channel. Fantastic. I
That was
like
a
that,
good
Ava.
lie.
I mean, it's definitely
Was
something I
it?
do look for, I'll say. It's like, well, you
Was
know.
it a good lie? Arms of equal length is not.
Well, I mean, like,
I
it's
didn't
weird.
realize that I was looking for arms of equal length, but now that it's mentioned, I guess it's one of those
weird, but
things.
it's so exact that I'm like, that feels like it could be true.
Yeah.
I didn't even see
I-
what the truth was that time.
I care about brains. I care about smart people.
Oh, okay. I don't think it's what
Oh,
I answered.
No, nobody did.
Um,
Blood.
I'm reminded of like, like the old like ghost folklore in some places where it's like, yeah, this spirit has its fingers are backwards on its hand or something like that, like some really tiny detail that
I
is
feel like
slightly off.
I'm looking for that really tiny, slightly off detail, basically, and people are like, okay, cool, cool. Your arms are backwards. It's fine. It's cool. I like that though. It was a fun one. All right, what is Minerva's go-to meal when no one else is around?
I don't even remember what my question was anymore, so this will be fun
We'll
when it comes
find out when
around.
it pops up. It'll be good. So far, I know that I know none of you, so that's cool.
I mean, you haven't gotten to my question yet.
Yeah, but I probably don't know you either. Oh, good night. Okay.
I feel like the person who answered blood and the person who answered not blood are communicating. And I don't think it's fair.
It feels like it's a thing. It's like I'm nice and I tell everybody if they have good answers and nobody likes mine. I'm like, oh, okay, I suck.
So, fun fact, that's
Come on,
actually an
really?
honest answer for myself.
I do like that one. That's a nice one, yeah.
I
Nice,
eat
nice.
spoonfuls of peanut butter straight from the jar.
I like that answer.
Ah, good
Ooh.
one. Okay, so what did you really like? Mac and cheese. Okay. No, not mac and cheese. Yes, mac and... Oh, it is mac and cheese. Ava
It
got
is.
you
That's
right.
like the one thing I always make for myself when nobody else is around. See, the problem with the blood and the charcuterie thing, that's the things I would eat when everybody's around.
That when no one's
Charcuterie
around, just like in general.
A charcuterie board feels like it takes too much effort to be a when no one's around meal. When
Yeah,
no
I
one's
have to
around, I
pay
don't want to put on
attention to that.
pants or like
All right,
use
what
more
makes
than
Ava
one piece
feel
of silverware.
super confident? Piece of clothing or accessory. Okay.
Out of water.
Chirp, chirp, chirp. All right, we got some lies. A piece of clothing or accessory. Okay.
Let's see.
Cool.
Back on the charcuterie one, though, I feel like charcuteries can be made to be nice and like
Nice,
easy,
nice.
lazy at home. Thank you. Because like I've had at home charcuterie where I just slap some ham on the board, some cheese
Nice.
slices,
See, I feel like
maybe
if
some
I
jerky.
What do you mean? Well, that's depressing.
Depressing.
Screw you too, game. See, I feel like if I wanted some like lunch meat and cheese, I would just grab lunch meat and cheese like out of the bag. It's
like
the setting up the
charcuterie
board
myself,
for
you know?
myself that's weird to me.
Okay, what
It-
would Vice perform in a post-apocalyptic society?
Oh, now I remember what I answered.
Oh, I misread. Oh well.
Let's see.
too late. I assume that my answer will be very obvious.
We'll find out. It'll be exciting to see. Okay. I like bait. That's a fun one. I tried.
I appreciate the high regard.
Food supply. Vice, you would just be food. Sorry.
I'm the snack no one knew they needed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
It just seemed like the way you talk, honestly. And also, I didn't properly read the question, and I sort of heard Tiff reading out aloud, and I just essentially heard what would Vice perform, and
Singing in the
for some reason I was like, show tune, singing in the rain, why not?
absolutely.
And then I realized
Okay.
after I hit submit that it said what job, and I was like, great.
Hey,
That's a
singing in
thing.
the rain could be a job.
That works. Okay.
I still won, so we're good.
I could
Yeah,
be
you
like
did a
the
good
weird
job.
oracle
What do we want to do
singing
now?
old show tunes.
I like that the person we don't know came in third. Love that.
I know.
I'm gonna say let's do one more game and then we'll call it.
Okay.
What do we want to play?
Quicksort
What
could be
about
fun.
that last one we were at last time? The one we Quicksort?
Yeah, Quicksort's a good one.
We could hit the other trivia murder party as well. Now that we have that,
It's not as fun as the second one.
I agree.
I would say we could do like Devils in the Details after Quicksort if we're still feeling it, or we could be done.
I have to
I
get
like
up at
Devil's
5
Advocate.
a.m.
Whatever.
I have to get up at 5 a.m.
Ooh,
So I would love to not be
not
running stream for
early.
a whole lot longer.
Well, let's do Quicksort and go from there. And depending on how we feel after that, we'll go from there. I won't
Okay.
play forever even. It'll be fine.
I mean, you guys can continue to play off the stream as well. It's just I'm the one running it, so I will have to, end it soon. Oh, I forgot to
Okay.
do the thing.
Wax on or
NDP.
wax off? What do we want?
Oh no! I can't be the thing I was last time. Hate you
Let's
all.
see.
Everyone choosing their team. Where are we putting everybody? Are we good?
I think it's fine. I don't know.
All right. Whenever you're ready, Vice.
Oh, I'm the starting one.
You
Yeah, you
are
were the first one in.
crown.
'Twas Speedy.
Zoom.
We played this yesterday with one of our clinic kids and with Tiff's son, and it was fun.
It's an interesting game for sure.
There were some delightful speculations about what was real and what wasn't when it came to a bunch of albums with color names.
I know. I don't understand what we're going for here. It's fantastic.
Ooh, I could do lyrics, I think,
It depends on if you know
depending
the
on
song.
the song.
It's 100% if you know the song. And
You
you
for
won't
sure
know
will
until
not.
you choose it.
They're so
I don't know.
random.
Yesterday, I also played Quicksort after that, and I got the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song, and it was
Ooh.
amazing. It was great.
Good luck.
Yeah. What are we getting? Skater Boy. Okay, I could do that one, maybe.
I know like the first two lines tops, so I
So
couldn't.
there you
I
go.
know the entire thing.
You know what the first song is.
Good luck, DJ Addy. We all believe in you.
We got this. You can do it.
That's the first one, isn't it?
It's near the beginning, yeah.
I want to say it's like third or fourth line.
It's near the beginning. Yeah, it's near first song. I like that I'm reading punk as drunk. Like, oh, yeah, that's different.
I did not realize I even had a prompt.
That is towards the chorus.
Oh, yeah, you
so
gotta
I'm
feed
gonna
the
put
thing.
that here. Maybe here. I don't know how much of the song it's gonna give us. So I'm gonna put it there.
It's always smart to plan ahead.
Ooh.
After he was a punk, for sure.
Yeah. I had to like sing it to myself for a little bit.
Like, he was a boy, she was a girl.
Can I make it any more obvious?
He was a punk, she,
She
did
did
ballet.
ballet.
What,
What
more
more
can
could
I
I
say?
I have no choice but to assume that that is accurate.
It's like, he wanted her, but she'd never tell.
secretly
Yeah.
she wanted him as
as
well.
That is like the second line. So
Yeah. Yeah,
definitely.
that's towards the beginning for sure. Near first song. Yeah. After he was a
He
punk.
was a punk. She did ballet. Yeah.
What more can I say?
He
That's
was a
very
boy, right?
first song. Very
The
first
first
lyric.
one.
All the way
Before
to the beginning.
she was a girl. He
Can I
was
make
a
it-
boy.
Watching the little thing like hobble over is really funny though.
Wiggle, 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 wiggle. I have to remember to feed my monster every so often or I forget. She said.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Oh, that's the third one in the whole entire song.
yeah, so put it like right next to where he was a
Right,
boy, but
yeah,
above
right next
she
to
was
he
a
was a
girl.
boy. Keep going, keep going, keep going. No, no. Oh,
Oh.
okay, that works. He was a boy, she was a girl. Can I make it any more obvious? He was a punk, and she did ballet. What more can I say?
Yep.
He was a skater boy.
Yep.
She said, "See you later, boy."
He wasn't good enough for her. I got to
Nice.
see Avril Lavigne live last year. That was really
Oh,
fun.
that was kind of
Cool.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, I went to my first ever music festival and the lineup was insane.
Shiny.
I almost got tickets to John Oliver, but my kid has pictures the same day, so I'm like,
I
Dang
am not doing least popular, most popular. I'm gonna do the
mystery prompt.
yeah.
Mystery prompt.
All right, mystery prompt.
Watch,
We'll
it's
figure
gonna
out
be
what
like the
random stuff.
history of
Yeah, it'll be
cars.
worse.
Yeah, 100%.
May I present? Oh, I will survive lyrics. I can
know
do
this
that.
song. Yes, I could
I
do
know
that.
this one. We can do that. We got
I don't know
this.
that I
was
can.
afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I
I
could
could
never
never live without you by
side.
my side.
Mhm.
Without you by my side, so that's pretty close to the beginning.
Okay.
But you don't know how much
Um,
of the song it'll be. Usually it's about like the first
This
full
is
verse.
There we go. Boom. That's like the I will survive. I will survive.
So maybe like
So,
to the right of
right
yeah.
center.
So toward
yeah.
the end.
Not
Mhm.
towards the end, but like right there would be good.
Enough space for it to overhang on both sides.
Yeah. At first I was afraid. I was petrified. Kept thinking I could
Okay,
never
so
live
that-
without you by my side. And I learned how. I think that's. Yeah. That's good enough.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
trying to
between
remember
the
the-
two. So
Trying to remember things. Kept thinking I could never live.
yes,
without you by my
without,
side.
that's before without you by my side. So yeah.
Yeah, like right there.
Like literally right before it. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's also
Oh.
could never live between the two. So
Oh, true. But I think I've got space that I can. No, maybe I don't. Haha.
that's at the very
That's
beginning.
the very first part. At first I was afraid.
I was
All the way. Yep, there
petrified.
you go.
I wasn't sure if I could go like over
We don't
top
have
of
Trash
the
Monster
curvies.
yet, so we're good.
No, I wasn't sure if I could go over top of the curvies. I thought I'd have to tuck under.
You can, but you have to be careful with the Trash Monster because it'll block off the Trash Monster.
Okay, so that's right after it.
I was afraid. Yep.
I was then petrified.
Yes, I was afraid. I was petrified. I saw the basilisk.
Careful, Xylee, put that away.
No, it's fine. It's fine. You can. I got it trained.
I bet not.
Thinking how you could live.
Did me wrong?
No.
Is it thinking how you lived?
No. It was
Kept
earlier.
thinking- Yeah. Was it earlier? And I grew strong.
Where's this
It's
going?
between. It's right before, and I learned how.
And I
Right
learned-
before it. No.
I
No.
grew strong. And I
Later.
learned how to get along. There you go. Yeah, you're right. But then I spent so many nights just thinking how
so
you done me
between I was
wrong.
petrified and
That's you. That's you. That's you.
Oh, that's me. Oh, whoa. Oh, can I?
No. Oh well. Not a big deal.
Tis what it is.
Yeah. I love it that you forget that it's like, oh yeah, it's my turn. Whoops.
Ooh.
We got a good bit, and then we're like, oh yeah, whoops. And I learned how to get along.
Yep.
So that was actually like the last of the song. Cool.
Mhm.
Round 1 done. You did
Nice.
just fine, jerk. All right. Back to team 1. What you want to do?
I believe in you.
Ooh. Waiting for the
I know you
stream.
got this. You got this really well.
Ooh, what does 2 books to 41 books mean?
We don't know until
Number
you
of
pick
books
it.
in a series.
Maybe.
So like
I-
it might be like Harry Potter, Game of Thrones, etc. And you have to like organize them by number
That's a
of
good
books.
guess. Everyone's like, mystery prompt? No.
I don't think
Disney
I've read a book
movies. I think that's
series.
better. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the newest. That's
Yeah, watch it
Now
doable,
pull
all
out
of a
like
sudden, I wish I was on this team.
right?
watch it start pulling out the really esoteric
Oh.
stuff though.
Well, this is where you
Like
got
when
the
was
decoys.
Cinderella
so if it-
3?
so-
When
So,
was
like, if it's
Cinderella
not-
3 a stitch in time?
But is it real? And if it's not real, you have to throw it in the trash. So remember
Cinderella
to feed your
3
trash
is-
monsters.
Beauty and the Beast. I'm
Which
gonna say.
version
We're
of
gonna-
Beauty and the Beast though?
The first
Is
one,
this the
or I
Emma
would say-
Watson version or the
I'm going
animated
to
version?
assume
the
that this is
animated
the
version.
The
animated.
thing is, though, it was during the Disney Renaissance, so
Hey, what are you eating? Stop it.
Sorry, I'm hungry.
It's impressive.
Mike.
You're many miles away.
I
Okay,
The
guess
I
Aristocats
think
is
that
that's
was-
where
before
to put
that,
this
I'm
one.
pretty sure.
That was
Yeah.
way towards the older. Aristocats is old.
It's definitely
Yep.
older than Beauty and the
It's
Beast for
not-
sure.
it's not. I mean,
It's
Go
not
ahead and put it there.
super old. No, it is.
It's like 60s. It's old.
Yeah, it's a ways back there.
That's
The
not
land
Disney.
before
That's
time.
trash.
Thank you, because I would. Is it?
I know
It's
exactly
not
where that
Disney.
goes.
Yeah, that's not Disney.
Yeah.
That's where they try to trick you by giving things that don't belong in the category.
Bambi.
Bambi.
That's
Bambi's
old.
Might
before
be
the
older than
Aristocats.
That's old.
Aristocats.
That's
Yeah.
older. Yeah.
So you can put
Yeah,
it like
yeah.
on the Aristocats, but like a little bit. There you go, right there. And if you try to trash something, don't trash it to the left anymore because Bambi will get in the way.
Cinderella.
Cinderella.
After
Might
the
be
Aristocats
after the
and Bambi, but
Aristocats.
before Beauty and the Beast for
Yeah,
sure.
so right there.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
probably good.
Worthwhile.
Cinderella was actually before the Aristocats, but okay.
Was it?
Oh,
Oh.
was it?
Yeah.
Tangled.
Tangled
That
is
was
new.
new.
new,
New-ish. It's
new.
like
New,
2003,
new.
isn't it?
No, it's like 2013.
New,
Is it?
Because the Aristocats didn't happen until after Disney's death, so
I like that you know
because
this.
he hated cats.
Not
And
Disney.
It's not Disney.
Not Disney. That's Don
Oh,
Bluth.
but such
Disney
a good
could
film
never.
that I do want to watch again.
It's a good one. They made,
Phoenix
like,
and
a
I were just
musical
talking
out
about
of it,
watching
too.
that again earlier today as well.
Yeah.
Anastasia. We believe in
the
you,
name of one of my
DJ
cats.
Atticus.
Little
Little
Mermaid was
Mermaid.
before Beauty and the Beast.
But after Cinderella.
It was like the first of the Renaissance, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That should be good.
Lady and the Tramp. That's around Aristocats time.
Yeah, I know that one's.
No, it was before the Aristocats.
Was it?
Yeah, it was way before the Aristocats. It
Really?
was after Cinderella, but it was.
Well, I mean, we know that Cinderella's not in the right spot, so that's
Yeah.
not Disney.
Iron Giant. It isn't Disney?
That's not Disney.
No.
Okay.
Trash it.
Not Disney. Not Disney. Trash. Trash it.
I
Trash
think
it
he's
quickly.
teasing.
Quickly trash it.
He's for sure
Teasing, like,
teasing.
ha, ha, ha.
Getting my anxiety going. Yeah.
Oh, remember to feed your trash monster.
Snow
Snow White's the
White.
first one.
Yeah.
The oldest one you got.
Princess and the
That's
Frog.
after
That one
Tangled.
is. Yeah.
Was that the last 2D animated movie they did?
Yeah,
I think so.
that was.
All right, let's see how you did.
I missed the 2D animation.
Yeah.
Times be a changin'.
Yeah, but do they have
Snow
to?
White. Sometimes.
Ooh.
Yep.
So Bambi, Aristocats,
Or
Cinderella's in that
yep,
spot
that
there.
was 1970. I was right. Lady and the Tramp was after Cinderella.
I thought Aristocats was earlier than that.
Well, Aristocats had a very 60s vibe to it, so the fact that it was 1970 makes sense.
Yeah, because I mean, it would have been being made in,
In the
78 or
60s, so,
68
yeah.
or so.
All right, let's see what we got.
Not too shabby.
We got this. We got this. What do we got? Team Wax Up.
Okay.
Do we now?
I'm not good with songs, but Min, you
neither am
might be. Oh, you aren't? I thought that
Mystery
you'd be better.
prompt.
I mean,
Mystery prompt.
mystery prompt.
All right, we're gonna get something science related. Watch.
Animals that were or were not carcinized.
We're gonna get something that we don't know. Watch.
Yeah. You'll be sorting.
Smallest to largest beans.
Game
Game shows.
shows. Oldest
Ooh.
to
Oh,
newest
no.
show.
I'd
Do
be
not know
loving
this.
some
so
game
many
shows.
like random shows that
From
don't
premiere date?
exist. I don't know. I'm guessing. Are you
Are you
smarter
smarter than a
fifth
fifth
That's at
grader's
least
like
a real
mid
show.
2000s?
That's at least a real show. I know that.
Yeah, I want to say it's like
Mhm.
mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I
worried
almost
about not
always-
knowing what is a real show or not. Is
I
my-
almost always put the
Okay.
first one
weakest
like
link is
right
somewhere
in the middle.
Weakest link is before Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grade? That's me.
I
Haha.
think so. Yeah.
I feel like they were airing around the same time, so I'm going to put it like just before.
Yeah, I feel like Weakest Link was before Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? But like
I'm pretty
Jeopardy's
sure.
older.
Jeopardy.
Jeopardy's much
That's-
older.
That's older. I wouldn't put it super old because I'm sure there's older things that are going to come.
Yeah, it's going to pull out like
But-
the honeymoon game or something.
Oh god. Probably. I don't think that's
Oh,
real.
Silent.
Silent
No, it
Library
is.
is real.
Oh, what is it?
It's a
a-
newer one,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
wouldn't say like super new. I would put it.
Newer
Yeah, I would
than
say
Are
about
You Smarter
there.
Than a Fifth Grader for sure.
I'll put it there. I don't even know Silent Library exists as a show. The Real World. Is that a game show or is
No.
I don't think
That,
so.
that's
reality?
that is
show?
reality TV.
Does that count as a game show because there's like a winner?
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay.
That'd
mean,
be like
we're
saying
not-
The Bachelorette is a game
it
show.
might be a game show. I mean, we'll find out.
Fear
Fear
Factor.
Factor.
It's not
That
a game show, is
is-
it?
It is
Yeah.
it is one. It's after Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? I don't know when Silent
It's
Library.
before Silent Library.
Okay, so let's go
After
there.
Are You Smarter?
And now for one of the least fun facts. Joe Rogan used to be the host of Fear Factor.
Yeah, I was literally
Okay.
about to point that out as a fun fact.
Fun fact. Cash
Cash
Cab.
Cab. That
That's
one.
fairly recent.
That's
but I don't
Yeah,
know if
I
it's
would
a
say
game
that's
show.
around the same time as Fear Factor. Maybe in between Fear Factor and Silent Library.
So overhang Fear Factor.
I'm doing the best I can. It's like I was moving it over here, but it didn't move it, so I don't know why it didn't do that. So
That
that's
is
the-
I don't think
trash.
that's a
That's
game
trash.
show. That's trash.
Now,
Trash TV.
I will say on my device, I had moved that over Silent Library, but it did not move Cash Cab at all. Not my fault. Sir.
You're good. It's lag stuff. It's fine. I think it might actually be correctly placed.
Which would be like fantastic. If
Wheel
some-
of Fortune.
That
Was that
looks
before
older.
or after Jeopardy?
It's slightly
Before.
newer than Jeopardy, I'm pretty sure.
Is it newer than Jeopardy? I think it's older. They've been around for like ever.
So is Jeopardy, though.
I feel like
Put
Wheel
it on
of
top
Fortune's
of
older.
Jeopardy.
I feel like Wheel of Fortune's older. I could be wrong, but I feel like it is. Who wants to be a
wants to be a
millionaire?
That's pretty old.
That's
Thanks.
before The Weakest Link, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
But
Between
after
the Weakest Link
Jeopardy.
and Jeopardy.
Yeah, for sure
Yeah, right,
after
that's-
Jeopardy.
So
That's probably good.
let's see if it fits there. Yeah, the game is kind of glitching just in general, so it's not just you glitching.
Game
Game
of
of
Thrones
Thrones
doesn't
is
think-
not a game show.
I mean,
Trash. Make
It
sure
is
you're
a
feeding your
show.
trash monster too, because if you don't feed your trash monster, you glitch out. That's another thing.
it is named
It's a show,
the
but it's not a
game.
game show.
Supermarket
Sweep.
Sweep. Is that a?
That's a real
That's
thing.
newer.
That's old. No, that's older. It's older. It's older. It's older. It's like before Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, right there. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
And
let's see how
we're 10
badly
for
we
10
did.
for sure. 10 for 10. 100% correct.
All right. If not, then you owe me something.
I already owe you so much.
Hey,
Details.
what do you know?
We're getting there.
Wow. Look at this.
Ah!
Oh,
You were so close.
almost.
8 for 10. I think it's 10. I didn't count. But still. And we're winning. Not by a
Hey.
lot, but we're winning.
All right. So DJ glitched out of the game, so that's going to be stuck in the middle, just regardless. Just be aware.
Yeehaw.
All right. let's see what we
Knights.
got.
I don't know any of them, so it wouldn't be helpful. But I'm just delighted
so
that that's
fun.
Oh, wait.
I want to see what it is. Like celebrity, though.
Yeah, the category
who
is
got
celebrity.
knighted? So we've got
Oh, was it who got knighted? I
so-
thought it was celebrities whose name is Knight in some way.
I think
Yeah.
well, it could be, but I'm gonna guess celebrities who got knighted. So like Sir Patrick Stewart and stuff. We'll find out.
Maybe we will, maybe we won't.
We'll
Well, I
find out if
voted
it's
for the mystery
prompt.
prompt.
No, earliest to the
Oh!
latest night. We'll find out
Yeehaw.
for sure. Oh no!
Knights
over
of the
100
British
times feeding that
Empire?
trash monster.
Who?
Celebrities. Well, I can help with a couple of these because you've got Sir Alec Guinness, M. Night Shyamalan. Judi Dench is not a knight, so she'd probably be trash. She
Isn't
might
she?
be a dame.
Are
Well, she's
dames
not a
not
knight.
knights? I don't know how that works. I don't know what the
She's a-
difference is between a dame and a sir here.
Male and female.
There are
The
no female
Knighty
knights?
Ducks
That's so
3,
busted.
no.
I hate that.
Well, because she's a dame. She's not a knight. She's a dame. I like the Nighty Ducks 3 as a thing. Unfortunately, DJ can't move anything. That's all right. He overfed the trash monster. He made him like explode. Emma Thompson. I don't think she's knighted either.
I can't offer any insight here.
I
Yeah,
like
no,
how
I
they have
am-
Emilio
I'm
Estevez.
entirely lost. This is all Tiff here.
The
Yeah.
idea of Emilio Estevez being
Knight of
knighted
Santonicus?
is
What
Anthony
the
fine.
hell?
Hopkins. So did Anthony Hopkins have a maybe? But we
I
can't.
believe he was knighted.
we
He's
can't
going in the middle
place this one, eh?
regardless.
Yeah, we can't fix that one. That's gonna happen. Margaret Wise Brown. I guess the question is whether or not like the cool thing is that in this round, you get a second chance. So if you
Yeah.
get at them wrong and they'll come back. Bill Gates. I don't think Bill Gates got knighted. but I don't-
No,
but
he
it
didn't.
doesn't matter. Yeah, he's not British, so it wouldn't matter. You have to be British to be knighted in the first place.
Hmm.
Michael Caine. After, if
Bill
at all.
Gates, the person that made me realize that the Gatesley family has to have a bill in it.
I like that.
Has to. It's a requirement.
Angelina Jolie. She can't
Don't
be
believe
knighted.
so.
Like some of these, I was like, how? It's not even possible. You can't. She's not British. The weekend?
Blinded by
What
the
the
night.
hell?
Trash. Throw it in the trash. I don't know.
Did the weekend even
And-
do Blinded by the
Ooh.
Light?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
Did they? Elton John is probably earlier. I do think he was
No,
knighted, but it doesn't
can't
matter
see.
because it goes in the middle.
Should have just dropped everything in the middle and let the game
Just
sort it.
everything, see what happens. Paul McCartney, left, quick.
Left.
Yeah. We know that he, like Sir Paul, is fairly early, yes. Mick Jagger, also early.
Mick
but
Jagger,
doesn't
also
matter.
earlier.
Doesn't matter. All right.
Huh.
All right. So
Oh.
apparently Angelina Jolie and Bill Gates somehow got knighted. I don't know how, but okay. And do you think they're earlier? Like, yeah, move them out of the middle at least. That's helpful. All right, Anthony Hopkins. May as well go there because it has to.
Yeah.
Works. That's all about that.
Oh, Margaret Wise Brown was, I guess. I'll put that here. I feel like that's
I got disconnected.
semi-correct.
Sorry, guys. So at least it'll be like the same because I can't do mine either.
Paul McCartney.
Early, but can't help. Elton John. For Bill Gates. Maybe go.
That's where he was last
There,
time, and
yeah.
it was wrong, wasn't it?
I don't know
Well, it doesn't tell you
exactly
if
where.
their placement is correct. It just tells you if you have a streak.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah, I got kicked out. So sorry guys. Mine are all gonna go in the middle too. Mick Jagger's gonna go. I feel like still left. Well, maybe you're right. Okay, there you go. We'll find out.
That is going.
The Mighty Ducks. I don't think Emilio Estevez is one, but maybe I'm wrong. I was wrong about Angelina Jolie of all people. Emma Thompson, right? There you go. Yeah, she'd be newer just because, probably newer than Bill Gates, I'd assume, but Judi Dench should probably be older if she's actually a knight. All right, let's find out. Okay, so we got all the trash. All right. Anthony Hopkins was early. Paul McCartney, Michael Caine. Yeah, wasn't. Judi Dench should be early. Elton John early. Emma Thompson probably. There you go. Okay. Hey,
Got one of them, which is surprising.
you got one perfect, and then you got others close enough in order, so that works.
You know, I'll take the win.
Yeah.
You ain't
All right.
taking a win yet.
No,
All right,
I'm
now for
definitely not
17.
taking a win, but
So,
I'll take that
yeah.
win.
All of mine are falling in the middle. Sorry.
It is what it is.
Is what it
Mystery
is.
prompt.
You don't want to do birthdays?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll
we
follow.
could try
Mystery
it.
prompt.
Yeah, may as well go. Like, you might not get a choice because I can't vote. And so if I can't vote, it might decide for me. And it might just be the firstborn, lastborn anyhow. I don't know.
We wouldn't be so lucky as it to just be dates, would we?
No, it would be a
January
person.
17th.
But it would
July
probably be
4th.
something like the firstborn, lastborn of the British nobles or something. Like something
Right.
random like that. Okay, you got the mystery prompt. Good job.
No.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
Huh?
MTV Video of the Year. Okay. Mine is going in the middle, which is fantastic. Jamiroquai, Virtual Insanity, right in that center, apparently.
Sure.
Everything is going to be on left or right of that because obviously Jamiroquai is definitely a Video of the Year winner. Tonight, Smashing
Before.
Pumpkins. Before.
Does that look all right?
Maybe a little bit more. Just because we don't know. Like, we know that the middle is going up. We know that.
This is true.
I have no idea who that is, but
Later, much later. It's either like one of the. Yeah. I don't follow Little Nas, but if he got one, then it would either be
Hopefully
one of the
that's
more
a real
recent
song
ones.
by him.
Yeah, it's either not real or it's more recent.
Humble is also pretty recent.
Doesn't matter.
yeah?
It's me.
Oh,
It's stuck in the middle.
It'd be really
Just
funny
because.
if the middle popped up.
That's a little
Bad
newer.
Romance. Little newer, yeah.
I'm gonna put it like on the side of the middle stack,
Yeah.
just because the middle stack's gonna keep getting bigger.
I think when it does that, it means you got it right. So I could be wrong.
Panic at the Disco. That's
Panic at the Disco's newer. There, yeah.
I feel like
I don't know if that's a song they wrote, but I
Yeah.
don't know songs.
I write sins, not tragedies.
Oh,
Wrecking
Wrecking
Ball
Ball
is
is
newer.
newer.
Nope,
That's definitely newer.
Nope, it's in the middle. Sorry.
it'd be really funny if that ended up being a streak somehow, though.
That would be a fantastic streak if I managed to get that just because I'm sitting out.
We found
We
loaf.
found a loaf.
Trash.
I wish that was real.
Trash.
I desperately want a Rihanna song named "We Found Loaf."
It feels like a Weird Al song.
I have no
Okay,
idea
that
what that
is
is.
probably put that over where Montauk is because
Yep,
one of those
Montauk
is
should have
real.
been garbage.
Yeah, one of those
Montero
is
is
real.
real.
Yeah.
Montero is for sure real. Montauk,
One
I
of
don't
those
think
is real and the other one's garbage. But there we go. We found love, not
that's newer.
loaf.
Yeah, it's going in the middle though.
It's going in the middle. That's
Yeah.
happening. Sorry.
Watch Tiff get all of these same ones next time too.
Pew pew pew. That'd be great. Work it.
Missy Elliott is a bit
She's-
older.
Yeah, a little bit older, right there.
Yeah, she was known for Get Your Freak On.
Himbo.
I don't think
newer.
that's real.
I have
Newer
no
or
idea.
Trish? Is it Himbo or Humble? It's one of those.
I'm putting in the trash.
I'm pretty sure "Humble" is the song.
We think
I am-
Humble is the real one? Okay.
I do.
I think Himbo should be the
I
real
like
one.
that Himbo is a thing. Alright, so we got one, kinda. Maybe I get to go first so that it can go in the middle. We'll find out. 5 out of 10. Oh, I'm up first! Yes! Alright, it's gonna go straight in the middle. You guys have to go around that. But we know that virtual insanity and tonight work together as a streak. Now,
All right.
After?
So, yeah, I'm pretty sure newer. I'm gonna put it right up against though.
yeah.
All right.
We know that's the real one. Probably
Yeah,
the
put
last
that like
winner.
towards the end because that was really recent,
Yeah.
like last year.
Yeah.
It's going in the
It's
middle.
going in the middle.
That's newer than Bad Romance.
Sorry.
Oh,
Is
never
it?
mind,
Can't
it's
help
going in
it.
the middle.
It's just me. I'm here to mess things up.
I wonder if they'd be sneaky enough to put videos here that didn't win but are still real videos.
Wrecking Ball is
Probably,
newer
yeah.
than Bad Romance.
Yeah.
Yeah, so right there.
Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
I don't think they're that mean because they tend to be more obvious about, it doesn't belong.
Right.
Unless
Humble.
it's names
That's
of
newer.
people
Okay.
being knighted.
Newer.
Right here?
I would
Sure.
say
Sure. I
yeah.
think that's good.
Yeah.
I don't know the song. I'm making it up. I'm like, yeah, that looks good to me. Work it. It's gonna go right there, right
That's
in the
gonna
middle.
be yeah.
where it's where it's gonna go. It's gonna be perfect.
it's nestled in a little home.
Yeah, it likes it there. That's trash.
That's trash.
For sure.
Now we know.
Indeed we do.
All right, so Panic at the
Newish?
Disco. That's new.
That's new.
Ish.
That's-
but
that's
newer than what?
Before
Wrecking Ball?
before Wrecking Ball, but after Bad Romance. Yeah,
It's
right there.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll find out. All right, let's see how we did.
Hey. Oh wait, we
Okay.
knew that already.
Yeah. All right. I did my
Hey.
part. Not bad.
Hell yeah.
Hey, look
Yeah.
at that.
Nice.
We actually
Nicely
got it
done.
pretty nice.
Good job.
Happy with that, considering I did nothing.
I lost Quicksword earlier to the children, so
Hey,
There you go.
won.
Woohoo! Atticus has Quiplash if we want to play that at some point. I don't know if you're done for now, Ava.
I need to be. I have to go to bed.
All
That's
right.
fine. We can end it here.
Yep.
We can always
end it
play
here.
again too in future.
Yeah,
Not even
yeah,
necessarily as
also-
part of a stream.
I was about to say we can also end the stream and just play one more game in the Discord. Just shift our my brain's not working. Just shift to a more publicly available channel.
Right. Well, for now, we'll go ahead and sign stuff off.
All right.
Of course, this has been downtime. After tonight, our stream is on hiatus until September.
We might
when's
do
our
some
first
random
stream?
other games like this, but nothing big on D&D until September comes back around.
That's right. What is? So the first Monday of September is the 4th. Does that sound right for our first stream in the new season?
Yes, that is also my PAX date. So I think I'll be home plenty of time before I have to worry about that. But that's when I'm on the panel.
Okay, noted. So yeah, we should be back Monday, the 4th of September, with our new D&D season. Until then, bye. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Be good to each
Farewell.
other out there.
Bye.